Squares to time.
Hopefully our quest has got its hooks into you.
Ho!
Oh.
You put it right there, folks. All right, so what's up? We were gone for a little bit, which means nobody's watching, but that's
Boom.
fine because we're here anyway, and we're loving
Not
every
even
minute
bots.
of it.
Do you guys want to take a second to talk about Mountain Dew? Or
We can, because we'll do some introductions, and we can start right there.
Sponsor us.
Yeah, I'm Nate. No, they're not going to want to sponsor me after this. Or us.
About what you're just about to say.
Nate. No, you know, like Mountain Dew comes out with so many flavors. They come out with more flavors than like any soda pop ever.
It's true.
And their newest one is Merry Mashup, and it's really disappointing. It's like supposed
And I
to be
mean,
Christmas
you're
related.
one who even tried all the gamer fuels, right? Or game
I
fuels.
did try all the gamer fuels. It was in our podcast that nobody has ever seen. It's in the vault.
Yeah. No,
My
it's
reviews.
It's
the
in the
rare
backlogs.
behind the scenes podcast.
Right.
Did you try all the breakfast drinks too, like the Kickstarts or whatever it's called?
I haven't yet done my kick.
What are those, like
Kickstart
protein
thing.
shakes?
No, it's just Mountain Dew with quote-unquote juice.
Sorry, I
It's
thought about
Mountain
Mountain Dew
Dew.
protein shake, and I think I just threw up a little bit in my mouth.
Or like Mountain Dew powdered eggs or something.
Actually,
Anyway,
someone
Merry
told me
Mashup.
something.
It's-
yeah, sorry. Go
It's
ahead.
the Mountain Dew they drink on the space station.
Right.
berry mashup. Is that what you called it?
Merry. It's called Merry Mashup.
Merry
It's
Berry
Christmas.
mashup.
For,
Oh,
like,
as in
Christmas?
like a holiday.
Yeah. And it's like
Okay.
cranberry and pomegranate flavored. It's just weak, man. I don't know. It's just not. It's like it could be
Not what you're
any.
looking for.
It could be any soda.
Words of wisdom.
Welcome
So
to
that's-
Dew Hook, everybody.
Yeah.
However,
Quest Dew.
the Canada Dry like green tea thing for the holidays. Now that is the shit.
Agreed. But Nate, you didn't finish quite your introduction. Who are you playing
Oh.
as tonight?
I'm Nate. I play Walden, who's a Southern Belle. He's a rogue, a gunslinger, and he is good with magic. So, which I haven't really used in the past couple of sessions. So hopefully, you'll see him whip out some spells.
Ooh, he'll whip it
This
out
time
tonight,
around.
folks.
You.
You heard it first here.
Get that mage hand going.
All right, and Joey.
Hello. Yes, my name's Joe. I'm playing a gnome druid. My name is Kenny. I'm glad I'm wearing my brown pants.
You're wearing your brown pants. All right, Ying.
What's up, guys? I'm Byung. I play Fao Yuan, our resident fighter. He is ready to kick some ass tonight.
Resident fighter. Isn't he the man of many halves?
The man of many halves, indeed. Half white, half black, half human, half elf. Spear wielding, shield
Halfway around the world is the one
halfway around the world.
That's the one I
Mhm.
All right, and Jimmy J.
Jimmy J here, guys. How's it going? Playing Vilsvertel Veilna, as always, the elfin wizard extraordinaire. Next to Billy Bob, cleric extraordinaire, of course.
He is indeed. Yeah, Billy Bob's our man for hire. Cleric from where did you guys get him? In Old Bellows?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cleric hired in Old Bellows from the Church of Gobetta, who's on a mission and out in the world. His mission is because he's
holding a
hired
holy
by
sword.
you.
A
That's
cursed
a-
sword, some might say.
A cursed sword, some might say.
You might say.
Well,
So I think
Duncan.
there's a recap floating around.
Yeah,
Is that so?
that is indeed so.
Say it ain't so.
It ain't so.
Oh, alright.
Previously on Quest Hook, the group quickly goes to engage the Black Pudding and ultimately defeats it in similar fashion to the gelatin in the previous rooms. With all known threats out of the way, they continue to figure out the mysteries of the shrine and make their way through elusive walls and into cavernous maws, with a staircase leading deeper into the shrine. Wanting to cover all their bases first, the group decides to venture past the stairs and through yet another illusory door, eventually to what appeared to be a study with two skeletons, which Val Yuan also stabs preemptively to be safe. Our gang quickly gets to work in investigating and determine that the skeletons were people who committed suicide by cyanide. Within their possessions were a map, a bag of holding, a magical rod, wand, sword, and hammer. Walden finds books pertaining to the rites and rituals of the Davari, while Kenny finds an encyclopedia of their history. Viz and Falyuan break a lock to a book and finds texts and information on how to better use the scrying pools as a method of fast travel. Kenny ascertains that the books were written thousands upon thousands of years before their time, as a language was an ancient common. After clearing the room to the best of their abilities, the boys decide to backtrack and descend deeper into the cavernous maw, where they find broken depths and hear moaning from around the corner along with a pair of black puddings. Investigating further, Falyuan and Walden find that the moans were coming from a pair of Bonbin tribesmen shackled to a wall. But before they could rescue them, a chthonic creature makes its presence known. Dun dun dun!
Bum, 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 bum. And that is where we'll kind of pick things up. So to set the scene a little bit further, we've got you guys on the map here in Roll20. Sponsor us.
Sponsor us.
What we've been using forever. We've been members of Roll20 for a considerable amount of time. We like this system quite a bit. It seems to work well.
Anyone else who wants to play D&D with their friends over the internet, we suggest Roll20.
Or any type of role-playing game, not necessarily.
Yeah,
That's
could be any other brand.
Pathfinder, it could be any tabletop.
Star Wars.
Works.
Yeah.
Star Wars, yep.
Works better than this Mountain Dew tastes.
Oh.
Which I hear, The Mandalorian is a great series. Sponsor us, Disney.
Yeah,
that's
right.
also true. So you guys are underground at the moment. You're in this cave system, which you've gotten to through almost like an ancient temple structure or ancient shrine to a group known as the Davari. You've done a bunch of research and stuff there, found numerous pools and wells and things like that, and all this is located in a bunch of underground passageways behind a waterfall in the middle of a dinosaur-infested forest, correct?
That's about right. Yeah, sounds good.
That all sounds fairly accurate, yes.
So then to zoom us back in through that, from the dinosaur-infested forest, through the waterfall, down the passageways, through the shrine of the Davari, past the pools and shrines and wells and such, around a corner through a secret passageway into a cavern and then down numerous flights of stairs until reaching another platform that widened out into a cavern. The light here is provided by some or sorry, I don't think there is any light provided, right? It is.
I believe if you remember, we have a light cast on Billy Bob's shield.
Yes. Yeah, but there's no light provided by the atmosphere. Everything else has been in pitch darkness.
Sponsor us, light bulbs.
Light bulbs.
Gee, we'd love to have you.
Actually, we're kind of failing right now, so...
Oh, maybe not. All right, never mind. Never mind. Scratch that.
Sylvania. Listen,
underground, the bondmen you found were shackled to the walls, just around. Let me be able to ping in this area right here, right near where Falyuan, Billy Bob, and Walden are hanging out. There was a pit here that you guys found that seemed to be cavernous. You couldn't see the bottom of, where a platform hung in the center. That platform was covered in all sorts of almost like a large altar surface and lots of gore and blood and that.
Not nice.
Yeah, you heard some strange bubbling sounds and things like that coming from around the corner. But before you were able to really check anything out, Kenny and Viz sort of shouted the alarm that there was this creature descending the top of this staircase over here. And this creature is about 6 feet tall and is hovering maybe 1.5 feet off the floor. Sort of these long, flowing black robes. He has a sort of pale purplish greenish skin, and his hands are sort of like long and thin. And you can see his face, even though he has his hood up, has numerous tentacles that sort of swarm out of it. And it's sort of it's one of those things is where this this guy definitely catches your eye immediately as you see him at the top of the stairs here. So we'll start right there with Viz and Kenny. What do you guys do?
I
I
break
say-
my
I-
gaze
I-
from it, and I walk and I run this one. I say, Kenny, don't look it in the eyes, and follow me.
I've read about these things. We need to leave. Leave. I'm gonna crouch up against the wall and try to break line of sight.
Okay. I'm gonna like get over here.
All right. So,
I'm gonna
go ahead
whisper.
and roll initiative.
I'm gonna whisper loudly to everybody, or at least to Viz, since I see you.
Yeah, stage whisper.
Yeah, stage whisper. Everything I've read about these things is bad.
Yes, same. They have incredible mental capacity and can charm by just a look.
Are we all
I-
rolling initiative now?
Yes, if everybody could go ahead and roll initiative. That way we can just decide. Doesn't mean that there's going to be combat, but we can at least decide what happens from turn to turn.
Let's see here.
Damn, it's gonna be that kind of night.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you me starting strong with the sixes.
Billy Bob's got a 15.
Oh, isn't it nice to have all of his stats and stuff now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just have to equip his stuff so his armor class shows up correctly.
All right, I will roll for.
How do we do that? Let's see.
All right, Walden, what's your score for your initiative? A 10.
A 10.
Kenny?
10.
17.
17. Okay. All right, so Falyuan, you're gonna start us off. You hear your friends ahead of you. You know, you see that they sort of take to the walls, and you hear what they say that there's this creature up ahead. You can't quite see it from where you are, because you're considerably lower than it. There's sort of like a wall here and a staircase that goes up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you hear the bonbon behind you, sort of still like moaning and not too motionful, sort of motionless.
I am going to pull out my bow and arrow and hold an attack for whatever springs around this corner.
Okay, so if something comes down the stairs or off the top, you're gonna shoot it.
Yeah, that is correct.
All right. So just to show for your line of sight there, you probably won't be able to see anything around the corner. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
But you do have a good shot at the bottom of the stairs.
Perfect.
Anything else?
Nope. That's my turn.
All right, Kenny, what would you like to do? Sort of across from the bottom of the stairs here, and you can't really quite see this thing anymore. You're sort of just out of its line of sight.
Okay,
But
if I
you know it's
success, okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move around the corner towards my friends, and the shield that's emitting light currently. I'm gonna do. I think that's about 15 feet worth of movement.
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to turn to my party and say, there's a creature at the top of those stairs. I point in the direction, and I say, everything that I've read in the one book I've ever read about them in is very bad. We either need to leave now or be ready for a very hard fight.
Damn.
And then I'm going to glance south to see if I think that there's an exit. But I guess I
From
just
where
see
you are,
what
you
I
can see. Yeah, you can see that the passage turns, but you're not really sure what's down there. All you can hear is like some light bubbling from that area.
There are those two black puddings. Don't get cut off to where we came out of.
All right. It is
That'll
Billy
be
Bob's turn.
my turn.
Well, Billy Bob, seeing that you guys are sort of holding your ground, he'll draw his, he'll take his shield out, draw Donder, and sort of put himself in between you guys and where this thing is, and just sort of look to you guys for instructions. Which way do we go, guys?
I told you, low intelligence score.
All right, and that's gonna be his turn. All
Good
right,
turn.
at the top of the stairs.
What of my business?
Viz, can you make me a perception check?
I very much can. Let's see. 15?
Okay. So you don't hear any footsteps. But what you do hear is this eerie sound sort of getting closer to you. This sort of
I don't like that at all.
as this flayer, we'll call him, begins to descend the staircase. Let's see.
Billy Bob's so fucked.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's like fucking front and center to a Flayer attack.
Foul
He's
you
about
in?
to get flayed.
Go ahead and make your attack.
Flayer's gonna
This-
play.
You see this Mindflayer come around the corner. Just as I described before, this creature, at least 6 feet tall, in sort of these long, flowing black robes, floating a good foot and a half off the ground.
All
And
right.
just sort of moving towards you.
11.
11. The shot hits into him, and you can see bounces off a breastplate that he has. That seems to be underneath the robes that he has on.
Oh, that's awesome. Just like that
Clever.
theatrical moment of like, damn it, he's armored.
When you're holding an action, can you still do a extra attack?
Yeah, it's part of. I think it's part of your
Alright.
attack, right? That's like a.
Yeah, it's a class feature. I just wanted to make sure that that's how it worked.
Yeah, I think it's part of like your. Don't you attack twice? Isn't that how like your?
Yeah, but I'm gonna miss. So
Oh no.
Okay, you are gonna miss. That one's just gonna go wide, and just sort of like scatter off to the ground.
just ready another arrow, and that's my turn.
Foul Ewan, you hear these whispers in your mind all of a sudden. Your arrows won't strike me that easy. You should run.
What? Who said that?
Nobody else heard that necessarily. He continues to.
I looked to like the bondman behind me. I was like, "What are you saying?"
Foul, get yourself together.
He's gonna move right to here. Let's see. Okay, so he is going to head and use one of his abilities as he sort of slides into view. The Mind Flayer gazes upon the four of you, sort of standing in this group down here. You can see, Viz, you can tell that he can't quite see you yet.
Woo!
That you're sort of, hidden around this corner. But as he gazes into the four of you, there's this sort of like shockwave of magical energy that rolls across your mind. Can each of you make me an intelligence saving throw?
Oh no.
Oh wait, I'm good with intelligence, not wisdom. Thank God.
Not wisdom, an intelligence-based saving throw.
Everyone's
Is it
good except
magic?
for Billy Bob.
Is it magic? Yeah, it's magic.
Is it?
Ooh, Val
I have advantage
with
against
a plus
intelligence
exclamation
saving
point.
With a plus excitement.
Hey.
Walden will fail.
I'll roll for Billy Bob since I'm not in the group. So he's a -1.
throw. 20.
20 for Kenny. Go ahead and make one for Billy Bob.
16.
Oh wait.
16 for Billy Bob.
Wait, intelligence
Yeah.
saving throw? It's way more than 20. It's like a 26. I got a +7.
Oh right, because you're
Alright.
class.
So if you succeed, you don't take any damage or anything like that. So there's only one of our players that is actually taking damage from this, and that's Walden. So the rest of you are sort of, your mind is steeled against this attack. But Walden, this just like wave of nausea and headache sort of rolls over you.
Oof.
Oh, it's not the Mindflayer. He just has the flu.
It's like that night after.
You're gonna take
Yes,
33 psychic damage.
That's a lot of.
Oh
eights.
really? That
Yes.
puts me at 0.
You're also stunned. Does that put you exactly at 0?
Exactly.
Go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw.
I was gonna say.
Just my Constitution bonus.
Atune 100%.
Yeah, your Constitution
health.
bonus. What is your Constitution?
+1. It's
Well,
a,
what's the score?
12.
Okay.
So. 20.
Okay, so you're still
Nice.
conscious.
Ugh,
You're at 0, but you're still conscious.
and I'm stunned.
So you're stunned, which means you can only take one action.
Walden's just like.
You can repeat this saving throw at the end of your turn, ending its effects on a successful save.
Just like shit in your pants.
Okay.
The rest of you are like, what? And look back at Walden, who's like, like, like on the verge of immediately dying. Viz, what do you do?
Alright. Fuck this motherfucker. Thomas, you may recall last week you gave me a wonderful item called the Wand of Fire.
Oh, I didn't think I gave it to you, but you did acquire it from hunting through the dungeon.
Well, yes, I did acquire it. We acquired
No,
it.
you gave it. You said it'd be good for the stream. You gave it to us.
Well, we also rolled on random tables, so I
That
think
was pretty
fate
sweet.
Yeah, that
gave
was
us
a
should.
pretty lucky series of rolls I had. So I'm going to use 2 of my 48 charges of my Wand of Fire and create a wall of fire. I'm gonna bounce out and be like, "Fuck you, Mindflayer," and create this line. I'll freehand it for you, Tom. It's here. Let me look up wall of fire real quick.
Oh, here, I can get you a wall, actually, a token.
Oh.
But go ahead and pull up the. It's easiest to do it through D&D Beyond.
Which is what I am searching for. Right here.
us.
You create a wall of fire on a solid surface. I'm not going to read the whole thing. 60 feet long, 20 feet high, and 1 foot thick. Or a ringed wall up to 20 feet in diameter.
Not in chaotic contribution.
When the wall appears, creatures within its area must make a dex saving throw. On a failed, a creature takes a 5d8 fire damage or half as much on a success.
Yeah, fuck you.
But it's also, yeah, if it enters the wall, it takes the damage, or if it ends its turn, next to or in the wall.
Okay, where would you like to put it?
So I'm going to,
Here, actually, I will.
I was gonna say I can just do this.
Go ahead and put it wherever you want.
Oh, snap.
And then
How
you
do
can
I-
use the little
Oh, yeah, the
spin thing
rotate.
to turn it. There you go.
And then I also, well, I kind of want to,
Put it wherever you want.
here, so, and then it can turn, so I want to put like a 90-degree turn at this point. Because I get 60 feet. And that is, yeah, that's half. We'll just say that's half.
Yeah, it's 30. It's 30 feet.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Ah, yeah, perfect. Here, let me
I think
go.
that's what you were looking to do.
I'm just gonna turn it in a little bit more. There we go.
Perfect. All right.
Chomp 'em.
Yeah, that looks like a nice little slice of pizza flame pie.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
actually move
imagine
it.
I'm just gonna move it a little bit to the right, just so that it goes into the walls, because I imagine there's no gap. Right?
Yes, exactly.
It's like all the way to the walls.
So, like, I'll be theatrical for you. Viz pops out from behind the wall, pulls this wand out from his sleeve, and says, "Enough!" Looking back at Walden with sincere concern, and whips the wand into the air, and this string of flame comes out from it and quickly forms and solidifies into this inferno of a wall that shoots out from the walls of the cavern and create this hard point.
And how tall is this wall of fire?
20 feet, so I assume it's like
20 feet tall.
like floor to ceiling.
All right. And so can you read me again the spell as to what happens if he ends his turn adjacent to it or whatever?
When the wall appears, each creature within its area must make a dexterity saving throw. One side of the wall selected by you, so it'll be the side facing him. When you cast the spell, it deals 5d8 damage to each creature that ends its turn within 10 feet of that side or inside the wall. A creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time on a turn or ends its turn there. The other side of the wall deals no damage.
Okay.
So if it tries to walk through, it will also take damage for that.
And it'll take what, the 5d8 damage, right?
Yes, again.
All right. Does it take any damage now?
Yes. So it has to make a dex saving throw, and I will roll my 5d8.
All right. What does it have to beat for its dex saving throw?
Viz's save is a 16, his save DC.
But it's a wand, right? that matter?
Right, so I don't know. Also, it says, you mentioned that I cast the spells of the wand as if I were a 6th level spellcaster, so I don't know if that would increase the save DC of the spell itself as well.
I don't think so. I don't know though, but let's just say no.
All
That
right.
makes it an easier decision.
Fair, yeah, so its save DC is a 16.
Okay. Looks like he's gonna save.
Damn.
He gets
11 damage or 12
well,
damage.
why did he roll twice?
Because he gets advantage.
Oh, rascal.
So how much damage does he take from that attack?
11, if we're rounding down. Or, I don't know how damage goes, if it rounds up or down.
Yeah. We'll be kind. We'll round up. He'll take 12 damage. So there's a he is unhappy about that.
But he also loses line of sight on all of us.
Does lose line of sight. Yeah.
Do you lose line of sight on him?
Yeah.
Yes.
Naturally. You cannot see him anymore.
So I still have some move left. So I'm going to pop back down here. I mean, there's really no reason to keep myself exposed. And then I'm going to yell out to Billy Bob to heal Walden, obviously.
Alrighty. Falyuan, then we're back at the top of the order.
Shit. Okay, I am going to. How are these Bonbon guys shackled to the wall? Or is it with iron? Is it like rusted iron?
Yeah, it looks like iron. Yeah, like iron manacles. Is that the word? Manacles.
Yeah, manacles. Okay. Well,
Mantiscles?
Barnacles.
Mantis skulls.
That's absolutely the word.
So, knowing that, I am going to pull out the Warhammer and try to strike at the irons to set them free.
Okay, are you gonna drop your bow?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop my bow.
All right. Bow clatters to the ground. Clang. You bring out this warhammer. We need some sound effects. Shing, shing. And so you rush over to. There's a bond bin like right next to you. Look, there's 4 of them. I will put them on the map for you so that you can see them.
We have Hunster
See
here
if we can.
saying hello in chat. Welcome to
What
Quest
is up?
All right.
Let's get some.
We do this
Let's get
every
some
week
premium subs
at 8
all the
o'clock.
time.
Sponsor us, yes.
Sponsor us. Well, I can't make them look too great because they're chained to the walls. Oh, this guy's great. We'll just choose that.
Oh, yeah, that works.
That guy's he's got some attitude.
Oh,
I like
wait,
him.
never mind. Even better.
Ooh, perfect.
Even though he's got pink hair.
Well, you know. Now they have pink hair. That's a thing about the tribe now. They look like trolls.
All right. So there's 4 of them chained to the walls here. There's one quite close to you. So you're going to strike at his chains, yes?
Yeah, and try to break them.
Okay. Yeah, he seems to be chained up by his hands. So go ahead and strike at that. You don't really have to. You should roll me an attack roll just to make sure that you don't crush this dude's face or hands.
Yes.
That's all good. And then go ahead and deal me damage like you're just attacking
Something.
an object.
What's the Warhammer? Is it a D8?
Warhammer does a D8.
And then it's
Unless
+1, so 4 damage, I believe. 5.
All right, 5 damage. It is magical damage, so you do shatter these like the chains at the top, and see you free one of his hands.
All right. And he's shackled by his hands on his legs.
Yeah, he's shackled just by his hands. It's sort of like, you know, he was like his hands were way above his head, and he sort of was almost dangling there. His like feet were barely touching the ground.
So is it one of those situations where if I cut off the top leg, both of his hands are free from the wall, but they're still cuffed together?
No. So each one was chained individually. You broke one of the chains, and he's got like basically his right arm is like still hanging up there.
Okay. Then I'm going to use my extra attack to attack the other one.
Smash it. Boom. All right. And you shatter that one as well. You have freed this bond pin. He sort of falls to the ground. In, you know, not in like a huge heap, but is just kind of like,
It's heap-like.
in the
heap-like.
same way that your friend Walden is in a very similar state.
Perhaps less feces than Walden is currently releasing. But...
Falyun, do you have any more action on your turn?
I'm just going to move to here, and that is my turn.
All right, Kenny. The Mindflayer is behind this wall of fire. One of your friends is quite injured, and another has freed another injured person from the walls nearby. What would you like to do?
Call an ambulance. Move.
Get several more medics.
Help.
What do you say, Kenny?
I'm gonna pop off one of the black pearls on my necklace and smash it into Walden's forehead. Cure wounds.
It crushes like a grape.
And you get and I look at the cleric Billy. I'm like, you heal him too, I say in all forcefulness. You can have 5 healing, Walden, and then I'm going to move and put myself between everybody else and this mind flare. That's my turn.
Alrighty. It is Billy
Thanks,
Bob's
man.
Damage.
and he is going to. He's going ahead and cast Cure Wounds on you as well.
Oh, thank God.
Got your
Um,
salvo. You can point
And
Point it.
what are you talking
it
about,
behind you, John.
Joe? What are you talking about? What game are you playing?
I'm not playing anything.
Yeah, talking about your salvo pointing things somewhere. What are you talking about?
Allie's playing her first round of Titanfall.
I see. All right. He's gonna use. He doesn't have a second level spell slot, so he's just gonna use regular Cure Wounds. D8 plus his ability modifier, which is
Hopefully better than 2.
Well, there's 2 of them.
let's see. We've got Billy Bob up here.
Help me. Help me.
Wisdom, right? So 3.
Modifier is +3. Yep. So someone go ahead and roll me a D8 +3. All right,
There we
9
go.
more hit points.
I was
for you.
gonna say foul. Should do it.
All right. Billy Bob, he kneels down, because you're kind of on the ground somewhat. Puts a hand on your shoulder and gives you a whisper in the ear, and says a prayer to Jobetta. And it makes you feel a little bit better. You're like, all right,
Oh, thanks,
all
man.
right, I can breathe. Your head's not throbbing nearly as much.
Damn.
And that is going to be his turn. He can't really do much else on his turn except for move. And so instead he'll turn to Kenny again and be like, "Where do we go?"
I'm going to tell him to get the prisoners and the rest of the party and head out the entrance we came in.
All right. Then he is going to move. And, so he's going to move up to this guy and, look to you, Falu, and be like, "Well, help break the chains."
Good.
All right. At that, there is, let's see. You guys can't quite see him.
Owed it.
So okay. The Mind Flayer, you don't see him come through the firewall or anything like that. And you don't hear his screams or him talking or anything along those lines. Kenny, you and Walden, actually, you're closest. You hear this sort of skittering sound to the south of you.
Oh man, I got skittering over here, guys.
Kenny, make me a perception check.
I can do that with a +6. What? Of course it doesn't work when you don't type the right shit. Oh man, God, 9.
Okay. Seemingly out of nowhere, because you didn't see where this thing came from. What looks like from a distance, like a small dog. You find on closer inspection, even though you only got a 9, it looks like the size of a swollen human brain with a bunch of small feet. And it's got one of those, it's got the stance like a dog does, where it's like, you can see it seems like it's looking at you.
Yeah, I had a feeling it would be looking at me.
Oh boy.
Walden, it's your turn.
I'm going to move over to these prisoners. Are there locks on these?
It doesn't seem like there's locks on them. It seems like these manacles they're just closed.
They're just closed?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Actually, not much help over here then. What's in the middle of this? It's right here?
There's like a floating sort of like altar island type piece. So there's like a piece of land that's sort of floating out in the center of this. And there's an altar on top of it that seems to be covered in gore.
Oh my. All right. Well, I guess I'll take out a +2 mace and try to get this guy out.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an attack.
D20 plus. Let me check my strength. +1. 12.
12 is definitely going to hit. Go ahead and smash those rusted manacles.
What's a mace? 6?
I think so, yes.
Sounds right.
3 damage.
3 damage. All right. Not quite enough to break them,
God
but
damn
almost.
it. All right.
Close to it.
That's my turn.
You do fuck it up quite a bit.
Great. That's all I got.
All right, then. We will go down the line. Viz. Your turn.
So that brain dog thing,
Braindog, yes.
can I see it from where I am?
Yeah, you can see it from where you are.
Oh my god, kill it.
Yeah,
fire.
I'm going to kill it. Well, I mean, with electricity, but yeah, it's all the same. I will cast Jolt at it. And my miner is obviously maintaining the firewall. Ha! The firewall! That's funny.
Why is that funny?
I don't know. So this is a 24 against Braindog. As I
24
cast Jolt
against-
upon it.
Let me just find this.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll damage, because I'm gonna assume that's gonna hit. 12
Oh, what's
damage.
that versus? It's a
AC.
AC. Oh, that'll hit its AC.
12 damage. Electric damage.
All right. It is going to take some damage.
And then Viz will move 2, 3, 4, 5. Here.
All right. Also down towards the alcove.
Yes. I don't know if that's a bad idea, but that's where I'm moving. And that's it. That's my turn. And I yell out to Kenny, I gave him a bit of a jolt. Let's see what else he can do.
Alrighty.
I don't
Anything
want to
else,
see what
Viz?
it could do.
Is that going to be all, Viz?
That is all, yes.
All right. Now, Ewan, it is your turn. Your friends have sort of joined you in the alcove here and are helping to attempt to free this guy. Walden's already taken a smash at one of the manacles of the guy who's immediately adjacent to you, who's still chained to the wall.
Perfect.
And there's another guy who is, that you've unchained already.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to go up to here and start freeing this guy. So, first manacle.
That'll
22.
hit. Go ahead and deal damage.
That's 4, 8.
All right, you shatter one of them.
Next one, 11.
That'll also hit, no problem.
11.
And shatter the other, dropping this guy to the ground, freeing him. He seems to be in slightly better shape than the first guy. And looks up at you and catches your eyes, and you can see mouths thank you, but doesn't quite have the energy to speak.
I give him a hand, pull him up if I can, and that's pretty much my turn.
Alrighty. Kenny, it is your turn. You see this dog-like brain thing across the way from you.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot it with my rifle. I'm gonna draw my rifle and
All right.
fire. So I think So plus... Plus 5. D20 plus 5. Oh, man.
Oh, crit failure.
Oh no.
Why don't you go ahead and roll me a d6, sir?
Not another d20? Nah. Oh, good.
I think that's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't
I
have
remember
to roll on the crit table.
Yay.
All right. So,
That's
not so bad. Didn't hurt anybody. Just really didn't
no.
hit anything.
No, I didn't hit anything. Really didn't hit anything.
All right.
I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15 feet. Or 20 feet, if that's how we're counting that footage.
I think that's perfect. So let's see. We just need to make sure that we've got some spells for our buddy here. Cure Wounds is a first level spell. Let's see how many spells he gets per day. Oh, he's used one of his first level spells, so he's got more. Walden, how hurt are you?
I'm about half life. Half life. Sponsor us Half Life.
So he's gonna. He's gonna do what he was originally gonna do, which is gonna take out his mace that he used to use, and is going to smash one of the chains on this guy above him.
Yeah.
Someone roll me to hit.
Let's see, strength, and then what's the mace? It's just normal mace.
He's got a mace right here. I just equipped it to him. So mace, he's got a +4 to hit, and it does a d6 plus 2.
8.
Dying.
8's gonna hit. He's just hitting some.
5.
All right, that's gonna break one of them, and he doesn't get to attack again. He's just a cleric. So
All right.
breaks one of the chains. This dude's still got like a left arm in the air. And that's gonna be his turn. Not really too much else he can do at the moment. All right. It's gonna be their turn.
Whose turn?
Braindog.
Oh,
Braindog. So Braindog skitters around the corner and sort of like slides into view. And let's see. And sort of makes a run and gets up near you guys. And you can see this thing it's got 4 paws that have like little feet on them. And it's got a bunch of like maybe 6 toes on each foot. And this thing has sort of slid down in front of you guys. And is now, it looks like it's ready to pounce, but you can't really see that it's got a mouth or anything like that. Viz, make me a perception check.
Oh boy. All right. I think. Why do I always forget? It's a +4. D20. 10. Ooh, not great.
Okay. Seemingly out of nowhere, another one of these comes skittering around the corner from
Damn it.
the south.
Where the hell did that come from?
These things sort of have you guys backed into a corner a little bit. And glancing over your shoulder, Walden, as it's your turn, you can see this bottomless pit and gore-covered altar behind you.
Oh.
You get the feeling maybe you're not in a good place.
Can I see any of these angles?
Oh, yeah. Sure, you can see those angles.
Oh, dead end.
Yeah, you
And
can see all.
dead end. Great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Well, so we're...
It's my turn?
It is your turn.
I'm like, sorry, man, breaking shit's not my forte. Walk around. I'm gonna drop the mace at his feet.
All right.
And pull out my gun, use my bonus action,
Yep.
revolver, and take a shot at homeboy.
Alrighty.
18.
18 is definitely gonna hit. Go ahead and deal some damage.
Oops,
That
nope,
can't
that's
be
not
it.
right.
That's really good, yeah. No, that's totally...
One shot KO.
Still
16.
pretty good. So you shoot this thing in the brain, because it's a brain.
Yep.
And you
Like
kill
all
it.
of it.
It just like basically it like flies like a foot or so away and like into like a and just smushes into the ground.
Woo!
I'm like, guys, aim for the brain. Aim for
Yeah.
the brain part.
Will do, Walden.
All right. Just pardon me, Walden. Anything else?
That's my turn.
All right. Viz, it is your turn. You can see this thing next to you. It's disgusting.
Mhm.
And you can hear a little bit more skittering perhaps around the corner as well.
I don't want to
don't
alarm
really know what these
anyone,
things
but there
do.
may be a way around for the Mindflayer. Just want to put that out there for you guys. So he may be coming this way. But Viz is going to move back to here and cast Jolt at Braindog. Plus 8. 14?
14 will hit his AC.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It will take 7 damage.
7
electric.
damage. All right. So you jolt this thing. It definitely, takes a shock, but still seems to be on its feet.
And I'm gonna move back one more. And that's and then for my minor, I'm going to keep up the firewall, I guess, and that's it.
Alrighty.
And your download,
Value,
your update.
It is your time.
Now that this guy's freed, I will move over down to this guy, the one Walden was working on.
Yeah, one of the chains is, dented.
I will attack that one.
Yeah, you hit.
You attack the shit out of that chain.
And you break that.
Sweet. I will attack the second one. 9
You also hit that.
for 11.
And you destroy that one as well. So there's only one guy left with his left arm raised here. The one that Billy Bob has sort of gotten halfway, breaking him out. This guy seems pretty exhausted, the one that you just freed.
As a bonus action, can I kick the mace that Walden dropped over to this guy?
I think I think you said it's like back in this square here, so it's a little
okay.
It's a little far away from you.
Okay. In that case, I'm just
Yeah,
gonna-
sorry to be explicit. I was giving that to
Billy Bob.
Billy Bob to use.
Oh.
That's sort of what I thought. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. In that case, I'm just going to move up to here and
All right.
throw the warhammer back in the bag of holding.
Alrighty. Penny, it is your turn.
Yes.
You see other brain dog. You also see that your friends have freed almost all of these bondman
Sweet.
prisoners. There's one
Brain
who's
dog.
still somewhat chained.
Braindog's gonna get shot at with since I have my repeater out.
Yeah. Oh, that's
man.
definitely gonna hit.
Oh.
2d8 plus, I think it's 2d8 plus 2.
Pretty good.
12 damage.
Nice. All right. So you blast a little of the side of this thing's brain off, but it still seems to be ticking a little bit. And anything else for you, Kenny?
I'm gonna move out of the way so that people can get into there. I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20 feet.
Okay. It is Billy Bob's turn. He's going to attempt to break those last chains. Someone make me an attack with a +4 to hit.
18.
That'll hit. He can roll me a d6 +2.
7.
7. That'll break those chains. He has freed the last prisoner. And he looks to you, Fal Ewan, and, he's like, do we heal them?
Heal Walden first.
All right, yeah, he looks to Walden. He'll pick up the mace that's on the ground that you dropped, and sort of put the other one in his the loop on his belt.
Draw the mace, tits.
And he'll just sort of move forward to next to Walden to defend him. All right, Kenny. This Braindog thing, basically runs up to you, and just gets a couple feet away from you. Can you make me an intelligence saving throw?
Is it magic?
Not specifically. It doesn't say that it is.
Okay.
It's a. Nope, it's not.
Okay, so it's just
It's just a
intelligence saving throw.
psionic attack. Yeah, he's not casting a magic spell at you.
And +7. D20 +7. 15.
Okay, you save.
Yay!
Yes, honestly.
Thank God I got that
You're
circlet
gonna
on.
take half damage here.
Oh no.
So you take 7 damage, psychic damage. And yeah, it kind of hurts in your brain. You're not really sure what that was all about. But it was pretty fucked up. I had said before that Viz had heard some skittering around the corner. And that skittering turns out to be another brain dog running from around the corner.
God damn it.
And this one moves its 30 feet and skitters right into view in front of you, Walden, and Billy Bob.
damn
And
it.
I'm going to need Billy Bob to make me an intelligence saving throw.
I'll roll
thank
for
God.
Billy. He gets a -1, everybody, so this is
Oh,
going
fuck,
to be
he's
fun.
so stupid.
He is. He gets a 4.
Oh,
He gets a 4. Okay. So he's going to take some psychic damage.
it's good knowing you, man.
Fare thee well, oh, Billy.
So he's going to take 15 psychic damage.
Yeah, he's a level 2.
That's going to get him to -1.
Oh!
God damn.
Well, that's going to knock out Billy Bob.
I can't.
And so, can someone roll me 3d6?
Oh, I'll do it. Let me
Whoever
do it.
decides. Whatever you guys like.
Do
I want to
it.
do it. I roll
it.
horribly tonight.
Hey.
7. What's Billy Bob's intelligence score?
9.
Oh, okay. Well, good thing for Billy Bob. All right, so Billy Bob is unconscious, but still alive. And
Thank God Walden rolled poorly. Oh boy.
My horrible rolls have finally done something good.
They have
for me.
saved the day.
So he's still with us, but definitely out. That is their turn. Walden, it is your turn.
Well, shit on a brick hole. I think I'm gonna move up here. Actually, I could shoot from right here, right? Pachoo, pachoo.
Do it. Do it.
Crack.
19 will definitely hit.
Right from the hip.
Apply me.
All right, 12 damage. You're shooting the one closest to you, right?
Yes, sir.
With
All
magical damage gun.
Boom, you take out a chunk of this thing's brain.
Oh, that's right. Is that radiant revolver? I forgot I was using that.
Yep,
Is that a +1?
it is.
I don't know if it's a
So-
plus one. It's
no,
just
it's not a +1.
no, it just
radiant.
does magical damage,
Oh, well.
and it's like a flashlight.
Well, blow me down.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Yep.
if you pay me enough.
No, I'm just looking at it right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, you good.
well, it does 2d8. 2d8.
Today.
2d8 +5, man.
All right. So, anything else, Walden? You blast a portion of this thing's brain away.
I'm gonna rotate.
Still alive.
I can't really pull Billy Bob, right? I'm also.
I mean,
weakling.
he's. I put it in there. He's 6 feet tall. He's 225 pounds.
Man, I
in
wish I had a
armor.
potion or something.
Big dude. Is what you'd call him. You guys ain't got no potions?
I'm sure we have some somewhere. I mean,
Have some.
We definitely
we have a few. Yeah, no, we have a few potions.
I got a bedroll I can put him on.
We need to just keep going.
All right, cool. Well, I'm gonna stand over him menacingly with my revolver,
All right. Viz.
pointed
your
at
turn.
him.
Oh, shit. Do you think we're safe to get rid of that flaming wall, guys? No one
No.
answers.
No, I
All
don't.
right.
No! God, no!
The worst idea you've
All right,
was
all
muted,
right.
but I was
The
screaming
fuck
at you
talking
no.
about, man? Come on.
All right. Everyone, calm down.
Okay, don't everybody answer at once.
Well, I was yelling at you, but I was muted, so I was like, why is he not saying anything?
It's a chorus of no's, and you're like, they're saying yes?
I hear a resounding yes. So Viz is going to move to here and cast a lightning bolt.
How do you move there? It looks like you might go through this thing's threatened.
I go through Billy Bob's
You
zone,
go through Billy Bob's
and then I move
square. Okay.
diagonally to here.
All right, he's okay with that. He's unconscious.
I smooch him on the forehead as I run by. And then I cast a lightning bolt. Krakow!
Ooh.
Viz
Alright.
collects, wind and electricity around him and then shoots it out in front of him.
So they need to make some sort of a.
They both need to make a dexterity saving throw. Beating a 16. And I will roll
Dex
damage.
saves. Boom, no saving. They're gonna take it all.
Well, they will take 30 damage each of them.
Oh, you destroy these things.
Yes.
It's just like brain bits and paws all over the place. Just. Viz, you probably shower Kenny in a little bit as well. It's just-
Sorry.
it's gory. But you have killed them.
I have killed them. So I yell out to everyone, fucking move! And I start, helping whoever's still chained or whatever's happening.
Nobody's still chained, man, but Billy Bob is drooling all over the ground here and
All
bleeding
right.
a little bit.
Are
Actually,
we- are
no,
we-
he's not bleeding.
Are we still acting in initiative?
Well, as far
yeah,
as we know,
yeah.
the Mindflayer's still alive.
Okay. Okay. So, are you done,
that's
Mr. Viz?
Yeah, I did a move. My mana's keeping them all alive, and yeah, I brain gooed. So that's it.
Yay.
Alrighty. It's Viz's turn. Fal Yuen, what are you up to?
I yell at the bondman and say, "Everyone, let's go!" And I will move up here. I will pick up my bow, strap it on my back, and start picking up Billy Bob.
Okay. It looks like only one of these bondmen is able to actually move on his own.
Oh shit! It's just this guy, right?
Yep, it's just that guy. The other three are just like they're so emaciated and weak and malnourished that they're just like, "Ugh, ah."
All right.
You know,
Well, then
like,
he
they
can
wanna
help.
move, but they're like, they just can't really.
Sorry. I know I should feel bad for him, but man, that noise is pretty goofy and funny.
There was hand motions, but you couldn't see it. So,
I imagine it. Yep. Yep.
yeah. So they're not going anywhere. At least this guy's like, yeah, you know, and picks up the warhammer or the mace or whatever that you gave to him. Did you give him something?
No.
Oh no, you tried to do that. Never mind.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's just like, yeah, like we got it, and like he like you know puts his arm around this other guy. He's like, I can help you.
Okay, good.
And that's he's got one of his friends. There's still two others though. We're gonna need some help.
Yeah. Well, I've got this big hunk of metal Billy Bob guy with me, so I think that's all I can handle for now.
All right.
I'm gonna heal Billy Bob. Just don't
thank-
worry about Billy Bob. He'll be able to help somebody else. Are you done, Fal?
Yeah, that's my turn.
All right, I'm gonna run over and slam one of the prayer beads into Billy Bob's forehead.
Man, you love slapping people with those beads, man.
Yeah, well, I forget that I had this thing and I can use it. They respawn every day, so it's kind of. What the fuck? Roll D8 plus
Have to use what you got, man.
3. So Billy Bob
Nice.
can be healed for 10. I think
All
that
right.
makes him
So his
conscious and
eyes
standing.
shoot open. He's like,
Yeah, don't worry about it, Billy Bob. Welcome back. We need
Well-
to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah, definitely
you-
worry about something.
Are you good?
yeah, at 10, he's at 10 HP, so he's pretty good.
I point to
that
the
is pretty
weaker of the two guys that we need to take care of, and I tell Billy Bob to escort that guy and Walden. You guys all go together as a group. And Fal, I point to the other guy and say, you grab him, and Viz and I will keep an eye on the back. Let's move.
All right.
All right, it is Billy Bob's turn. He thinks he understands. He stands up from being prone, and he's gonna like walk over to this guy, and he's gonna throw an arm around him, and lay a hand on his chest and cure wounds him.
That'll probably get him up.
And yeah, someone do a D8
I already have it. +3.
plus 3.
Don't cure his wounds. Give him a sandwich.
Oh.
This guy's like,
That guy can help his buddy now.
After life. He's like, let's fight. You know,
Runs
he's
right
like
into the wall of
ready
fire.
He's still hungry. But he's able to help his buddy out now. So Billy Bob, seeing, you know, this guy sort of regain some vitalization, the three of them sort of like all help each other out, getting themselves out of here.
Nice.
And they're gonna move next turn because they're sort of all getting satiated.
That's 2 out of my 3 beads.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's Billy Bob and
It's me next.
Walden.
Yep. I'm just seeing what's happening.
Fucking planning something nefarious.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a
Um,
mind flayer out there somewhere.
Yeah. Let's. How much longer do you have that spell up?
1 minute, so 10 turns.
It's only been like 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, you can probably see that.
Oh,
Oozing around the corner of this
Oh,
fireball.
fuck. What is this, like the greatest hits?
This large just pool of slime starts to slowly, like, flap little pods forward and then, like, lurch forward from them and, like, continue to do that with, like, little feet all over the place. That's Walden, it's your turn.
how fast can that thing move, you guys think? Because something's bothering me with this altar.
Well, do you think we need to destroy it?
Yes, I do. And I just remembered I've got a lantern. A hooded lantern that's attached to my belt. Get out of here, emaciated guy. I'm going to toss that hooded lantern because now I have a revolver that's a flashlight.
Yeah.
So I'll toss it at that.
And, like,
Do I just
break
get
it?
my... Yeah, to try to smash it onto the altar.
Yeah, you don't have to roll. You smash it on there.
Because it's filled with oil. I'm
Yeah.
hoping the oil will spread.
Yeah, that whole thing, the whole altar, like, lights on fire.
What is the altar
And I'll
made
use
out of?
my bonus
Stone.
action
Hmm.
to... Yeah, but there's like gore and stuff. I don't fucking know, man. Shut up. I'm going to dash with my bonus action.
Boom. All right. Yeah. I mean,
Boom.
you've definitely desecrated it, whatever it was.
Yeah, fuck that thing. That's my turn.
Alrighty. Viz, it is your turn.
Well, so Goo Boy over there, that's a new fun little development. I've learned not to cast electricity at it.
It doesn't hate electricity.
No, it just splits. Gets the splits, man. Fuck. Well, shit. I'm going to have... Fuck. I mean, I guess I can't move a wall of fire, right? It just kind of stays how it is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it can't move, I mean, it can try to move through that if it's dumb enough. So I guess
Why are you rolling?
Yeah, that's a lot of rolling. Alright,
ahead,
so
Jim.
if we're doing moves, I'm gonna move up to here, and I'm going to cast Jolt at the altar to try and destroy the statue, or the altar itself, with magical damage.
All right. Just trying to, like, bust apart the stone.
Yes.
Go ahead and just roll me some electricity damage.
I shall... Oh, max!
Boom! Max damage.
That's when you
All right.
max it.
I'd say the fire and lightning combined split and crack this thing. In a
Fuck yeah.
marvelous show of electricity and fire. It sort of just, like, crumbles on top of this stonework.
Fuck you, altar.
It's pretty much.
Walden, from the north of you, you hear make me a perception check. Let's see if you can identify where you hear it from. Okay.
Dude.
Oh,
It
boy.
seems to just come from echo through the cavern, but as this lightning bolt hits this thing and it begins to crumble, you hear a ah!
I think we just did something, man. I heard somebody
Yeah,
screaming from all around me.
From literally everywhere. Did we hear that as well?
It probably wasn't as audible from where you were. I would have had you roll a check.
All right.
Well, I'm standing within. Well, never mind.
No, you're in the cave just like a little bit more. You see what I mean, Joe?
Yeah, just yeah.
All right. So
I
for
agree.
the rest,
I agree. Let's go.
Yeah, the rest of are any of these guys on the ground right now? The ones next.
No,
to me?
they're all currently standing, helping each other.
All right. I will help the one
Aw,
next to
cute.
me stand up and start moving him and me this way a little bit.
Alrighty.
And honestly, I don't know where a safe place to go is. I'm gonna just end my turn here. That's it, turn. Keeping my wall up, and it has, I think, 5 more turns on it. 6 more turns.
All right.
I don't know how many turns it's been.
It's got 5 more after this. Like,
Okay. Yeah, so that's it.
Alrighty. Val Ewan, it is your turn.
Let's see here. I am going to move to here and take a look at both the north and south direction. What can I see?
All right, make me a perception check. What are you looking for in particular? Just like
Pathways where our best option is, where to go.
and what kind of vision do you have? Dark vision?
Yeah. 22.
Nice.
All right.
Damn.
So you can see that there's a pathway to the south. You're not sure, and you can see that there's these little, they look like little vats, like bubbling vats of liquid, and like sort of like glass containers with like these, pools, like different colored liquids inside them. These look like there's something floating within those vats. And from a distance, you can, with your 22, you can tell that there's a large brain floating in this vat, and it has very, very small vestigial feet at the moment.
Ooh.
To your north, you can see that there's the pathway that you came out of, that you got into this place,
Mhm.
which is back in this direction here. You can also see that this ooze is sort of on the ground level at the same as you and sort of just creeping its way around the corner. From where you are, you can't tell whether or not this tunnel to the south is a dead end or whether it's not.
Okay. Well, I will pull out my spear, and that was all 30 feet of my movement. So that is my turn.
All right, Kenny.
Alrighty then, I'm going to. I look at Walden and are you all right? Are you good to go? Is everybody good to go?
My head hurts a little bit, but yeah, whatever.
All right, head north. I'm gonna move then. 5,
Sorry, did you say head north?
10,
Towards the ooze?
15.
Why are you moving me? Help! I really
Oh.
lost control of myself.
Put me down, you rascal.
I moved through your space. So 5, 10.
Can I say I
15.
want to vote going south? Just saying that out loud.
All right, you said it down, so I'm like, all right, calling an audible. Do I see anything when I hit here? Besides the ooze?
You see the ooze.
Has it moved? No? I mean, you would have moved it, but...
All right, so... All right, I'll say okay then, and I will take my last 5 feet of movement and as I will reload my rifle, and rack one into the chamber.
All right.
And
It is Billy Bob's turn. He's got, let's see. He's got those, like, helping. He's, like, in this, like, triangle with these other 2 guys, sort of helping each other,
Hot.
because they're all kind of injured. And so they just sort of, like, hobble forward, like, with you guys. And he's just sort of, they're all, like, looking to you guys as to which direction to go. That is going to be their turn.
That's me. Oh, or is it ooze? Holy shit.
Oh boy.
Oh, that is... He's going to take some damage.
Yeah, he's definitely scooting around this thing, trying to figure out how to put him in the right spot to do so.
I mean, we
So-
can just assume, even though he's that size, like, oozes can kind of just morph around shit. Like, you don't have to
Yeah,
convince us that he doesn't touch the wall. We all kind of
Yeah,
get it.
he's just sort of like, giving himself some space from it, because only the inside is producing fire, so he
Yeah.
actually has to touch it to really take damage. So it's just sort of like, it's like keeping its distance from it, like any sentient creature would do.
The wall of fire is
Um,
producing light, by the way, so...
Yeah, so you can definitely see this thing. All right, that's its turn. Walden.
All right, it's my bonus action. I can use that to sneak, and I get advantage because of my boots of elven kind. Let me just make sure I have the right bonus here. Okay, so 17.
All
God,
right.
my rolls are fucking terrible today.
They are really bad.
So I'm gonna sneak around this corner,
All right.
and what do I see?
So
Oh,
this
dear.
is a room that this mind flayer seems to be growing these brain-like dogs.
Oh my god.
The two that are pictured there are two that are floating in the vats, and you can see are like dog paddling a little bit.
Can I try to break this? Actually, would I break it out, or would
I
I
will say
just-
that this one, the one that's closest to you, like the vat that's closest to you, is empty. It has liquid in it, but it doesn't have one of the brain dogs in it anymore.
I just
Can you
can't tell if
imagine
these are fully developed. If I'd be letting it free or killing it. I don't know.
That is you. They seem fully formed.
Well, I would get a sneak attack on it, but dead end brain dogs, guys. Plan B. What's Plan B?
Kill them!
Okay, then I'll stay here instead of moving over there. How much did I move? I was here, so 1, 5, 10, 15, 20. And alright, I'll shoot at this one.
All right, you're gonna shoot at it through the glass.
Yeah,
All right, go ahead and make me an attack.
22.
22 is definitely gonna hit. Go ahead and
Hey.
deal some damage.
Is
You
that some sneak
shattered-
attack?
Oh yeah, I'd say so.
8 plus 4. So 11 and roll 3d6. 14. So
Ooh,
25
damn.
damage.
All
That's
right,
a-
so
that's-
you destroy this thing.
Shooting a brain dog in a barrel.
Yeah.
This thing's
Yeah,
just sort of
bring
dog
down some of
paddling, floating in there, and you break the glass, and this thing just sort of like flops out onto the floor.
Cacao. That is
Yeah,
Walden's
it was
turn.
so easy,
No, do it again!
as it wasn't even moving. All right, turn. Viz, it is your turn. You're helping this guy along. He hasn't been healed, so he's moving probably only at like 15 feet.
DM?
Yeah.
Can I get a satisfying red X?
Oh, most definitely.
He's earned it.
Yes. That was some solid damage.
Viz?
Right. So I am... This thing's massive, this blob. Or this pudding, right? It's
Yeah, it
way
looks-
bigger
it's
than the ones
enormous.
we've seen it before.
Yeah, bigger than the other ones.
You know what? I'm gonna split this one in half on purpose. Just because I'd rather deal with 2 smaller ones than 1 massive one. So I
Alright.
tell this guy to wait here. And I jump out and I say, Kenny, 2 puddings, 2 tiny puddings is better than 1 big pudding, right? And
Yeah, I suppose.
I shoot Jolt at the pudding. The pudding 13 to hit.
It's a pudding.
I mean, who knows?
13 will definitely hit.
All right. Well, I'm going to do 14 damage and make it split in half.
Okay.
Maybe.
I think-
So it is going to split in half.
Come on, Kenny.
Man.
Ooh.
So this sort of thing splits in half. You can't really quite see where the other half is, but you can tell it's definitely like in two blobs now. Viz, anything else you would like to do?
I am going to maintain the firewall and come back to get my buddy. And we'll go like one more. I think I have like one more move left in me. So we'll both go one more. And
All
that's
right.
my turn.
Is this guy moving by himself?
Yeah, he's good to move. He's like
He
I'm
needs to
coming.
help this guy.
He has been.
Okay.
They're moving at 15 feet per round.
Okay. Viz, you don't need to help that guy anymore.
Well, you know, I had nothing else to do.
Falyuan, it is your turn.
I am going to move up with Kenny and be ready for anything.
All right.
That's my turn.
Billy
Kenny,
Bob, could
it
you
is your
help
turn.
down here?
Kenny, let's see. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cast Fireball. Or not Fireball, but Fireball.
Oh, thank you.
Not which one?
Yeah, Fire.
Yeah,
Flaming Sphere.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Not
Oh, shit,
Fireball.
nice.
Ball of Fires. Flaming Sphere.
Flaming
I'm gonna-
Sphere. All right.
Much different.
Yeah, that one.
Much different.
Yeah, that one.
But
Third level,
very cool.
Flaming Sphere.
Oh, you're
Yes.
casting it at third level?
Oh, I can cast it at third level, right?
Yeah, it's a second level spell.
Yeah, but if I cast it at third, it'll deal more damage.
Yep. Extra d6.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Flaming Sphere at third level. Boom. So I'm gonna summon it right here.
Right where? You want to ping that
I
again?
want to put it like basically right in it or next to it.
All right, I'll give you
So-
a. All right, you can move that thing wherever you like.
I'm gonna put it right so maybe I can get both of them.
All right.
So I'm gonna summon it there, and it's third level instead of second level, so it'll do 3d6 damage.
And do they need to make a save, or they just take damage?
Yep, Dex save.
Dex save. Their best save. Ooh, a 12 and a 14.
The 14 meets it, I believe.
Whoa. Damn.
Which is crazy. So I think it takes half.
Yes.
Snooze is like, get out of here.
Dex save 14.
It does. It takes half damage.
Yep. So.
All right, go ahead and deal damage.
3d6 fire damage. My fucking number pad stopped fucking working for some reason. 3d6.
All right.
10 fire damage.
And 5 to one of it.
to the one on the right, I'll say.
All right, so these things take some fire damage. They're not too happy about what's going on, but it's kind of hard to tell because they're just puddings.
Lobs.
Kenny, anything else?
I'm gonna take a 5 foot. That's it.
All right, Billy Bob's gonna help these guys move. They're gonna move 20 feet. They're crazy. There's 3 of them. Bam! They're like, we gotta go. All right.
Get to the chopper.
Time for the pudding.
God damn it, Billy Bob! I need your help.
Also,
what's
welcome,
the deal with this flaming
Catamus,
sphere?
our
What's the
only
deal with this flaming sphere?
recurring fan.
Yay! We
Hello.
have a fan.
Well, just my friend, so he's just being a nice
What
guy.
up?
Nope. Damn, never heard of him. Nope.
Pity likes. Yeah.
Pity
Take
likes.
what we can get. All right. So, what's the deal with this flaming sphere?
What do you mean? What's the deal with it? It's a 5-foot ball of.
Can they move
Say
through
5
it? Can they
foot,
move around it? What's the deal? And they're square adjacent to it.
Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet
Within
of the
5
sphere
feet.
must make a dex saving throw.
Okay.
Or
so
take
these things are
3d6 damage.
This thing's gonna move.
As a bonus action, I can move it up to 30 feet. If I ram it into a creature, that creature must make a saving throw against the sphere's damage.
And
The sphere stops moving if it hits somebody. So I take it they won't both be able to occupy the same square.
Well, they just were, so apparently that's not true.
This thing's gonna squeeze itself a little bit as to not get fucked. And it is going to. It's gonna do a double move, I think. Yeah, it's gonna double move.
Watch out. Talia.
Oh, I know.
Oh fuck, man.
All right. Sort of move itself down and squeeze itself into this space in front of you. The other one. Doesn't really know what to do. It's gonna sort of squeeze backwards away from this flaming sphere. So you guys probably can't quite see it anymore. Val, you can still see it around the corner a little bit. So this thing is these puddings are only maybe 2 feet high at most. It's like a big, like pool of ooze. And that is their turn. Walden, it is your turn.
I'm gonna patchouli at this one. Also in
Yeah.
the barrel.
It's still paddling in there. It doesn't seem to be terribly aware of you.
Shoot dogs in a barrel.
Oh,
Oh!
that's a critical hit.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Ah,
man.
God damn it, Nate.
So, let's do 2d8 plus.
Oh, roll me a d6 real quick.
4. Oh, yes. I'd love
please
to.
This
God.
will be the
Oh,
first
please
time our
God,
party
crit.
will ever actually get to. Yep,
Oh,
it's
my God,
actually
it
the
crits.
first
It
time
crits.
someone
It
in our
crits.
party gets to roll on the crit table. This is the first
Roll it
time,
on
and
the
it's on a
crit
dog in a
table.
barrel.
And it's it's a total kill anyway.
Oh,
Doesn't
God.
even matter. Just Nathan, describe how the bullet goes through
Hey,
this fucking
hey,
dog.
we're rolling on the crit table. Excuse me.
Yeah. Let me
Roll me
roll it
a
out. see
d20,
what's going
Nate,
on.
please.
Yeah, I would love to roll you a d20
Thank
right
you.
now. 17.
17.
Its
All
creator
right.
takes damage for some reason.
Its
The-
teeth are going to be shattered.
Oh.
It's
gonna
what?
have teeth. Its teeth are going to be shattered. Go ahead and deal some damage. Let's
Okay.
figure out what else happens.
Okay, so we got
Doesn't have
2d8.
teeth,
This is,
but
and I
we'll figure it
imagine I
It's
still also
double
get
weapon
sneak attack
damage.
damage.
Yes.
Oop, wait,
A
let me try
28?
that again.
All
Nope.
right. D28.
Wait, let me try that again.
I don't know.
D8
Where this D28 he
Wait,
keeps hitting is.
but you get
14
double weapon damage, don't you?
flash roll. 3d6.
Well, yeah, all
Right.
Is it
rolls
just
get doubled.
weapon
every
damage?
Yeah,
every
weapon.
variable that gets rolled twice?
Or I don't just double it. I roll it again.
Yeah, you roll it again.
All right. 2d8 plus 4.
We would take the +4 off of that, so it'd just be 12.
Oh, right.
12.
Right. 12. Yeah, 3d6.
All right.
What's the total?
24, 36, 38, and 9 is 47.
The
Points
pudding
of
dies
damage.
because you shoot this fucking brain dog. For some
Can I
reason.
describe how I kill this thing?
Yeah, please do.
The bullet enters its teeth area.
Which is right about here.
Yep. And it exits through the body, hits the edge of the glass that it's in, but it doesn't shatter it. It
Ooh.
ricochets back. And it just keeps doing that and bounces around this whole dome. And does it like 50 times.
Love it.
Magic bullet. It's
and-
the magic bullet
And
theory.
since it doesn't have teeth, its mouth area looks more like a sphincter. So that's what you really shot, is this little brain
Yeah, I was
sphincter.
aiming right for the schminkty.
All right, Walden, you successfully destroy these things.
I'm gonna, blow the smoke out of my revolver.
Boom.
And
Feeling
then I'll
hot,
be like,
hot.
I'm fucking great. Oh my god, look at that black ooze.
You're like, oh shit, it's blocking our path. Anything else, Walden?
Yeah, as a bonus, I'll dash over here so that I get a clean shot at one of these things.
All right, Viz, it is your turn.
Well, this is at a bit of an impasse. What do we do? Alright, so I'm going to kind of fuck off from these people for a bit, because I need to do some shit and I don't want them to die. So Viz is going to move up here, and then he's going to have... so Tom, remember how I made Firebolt into Jolt? Like I switched that spell? Well, I turned, because I still needed a first level fire spell, just so I wasn't only doing electric damage. I turned Shocking Grasp into Flaming Grasp, so it doesn't do the, like, reaction damage anymore. It's just 2d8 of fire damage, but it's, like, on touch.
What about, like, Burning Hands?
Well, that's a first level spell. That's not a cantrip. Shocking Grasp is a cantrip.
I think we only let you kind of change the other one because you were an electricity wizard to being able to change it to electricity.
Okay.
So,
well then I have 2 electric cantrips, so I can't do any cantrips. So, what I will do is, I can't get rid of the wall, so, I will cast Magic Missile at it.
boom, magic missile.
It will do 3d...
Auto hit?
Yeah, 3d4 plus 1. Yes.
And what type of damage? Force damage, I think?
Force damage, I believe. So let's do that.
Pew, pew, pew.
9 damage.
All right. You smash into this thing. It seems you get a little smaller.
Oh, I don't know if that's good or not.
All right. That is the end of this round. Back to the top of the order. It is 9:40. It is right in the middle of our session, but I just passed a little bit. I say we take 5 minutes because we're still sort of right in the heat of things. Collect yourselves, grab a beverage, shit yourselves, whatever you need to do to get ready. But we'll sort of put on some nice music for a second.
Yeah, Tom, I'll just find something.
Oh, I've
soothing.
got.
Oh,
don't
you
worry.
have something? All right.
Oh yes.
You got elevator music?
So is this taking a break then, Mr.
Yes.
Voice in the Sky?
We're
All right,
gonna
Alright.
all right.
break.
Alright, be right back.
Be back in 5 or 10, or 9. How about it?
We will be back in. We'll be back in well, a little more than 5 minutes.
Let's just say back by 9:50.
All right, we'll sort of leave us in this peaceful trance for a little while.
All right.
All right.
I'm also just gonna keep my mic on while I'm walking around,
And,
my place. And
yeah, while you're peeing All right. We'll be right back.
Thanks for watching.
Sponsor us.
Yeah.
Really, just sponsor me. Forget everybody.
No, wait, no. Sponsor all of us. Tom's a dick.
Welcome back, hookers. Still have a short time left, but I'm back in the realm of the living, which soon our players may not be.
How dare you? How dare you do that to us?
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize anybody was listening.
Some of us never go away, Mr. GM.
Just talking to the audience, having a little heart to heart. So, it's just about. We'll give it 2 minutes. 2 minutes, Turkish.
I'm back.
You said 2 minutes, 5 minutes ago.
Once Fal is back, we will.
And I'm back.
Well, how about that? Well, let's leave the wonderful elven glade.
Why?
Because we have to go back into the underground hellscape we happen to find ourselves in.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's... Yeah. Damn it.
And so it begins.
Or like, the
Right
voice
back
in the
where we
sky was
were.
saying, so it may end. Dun, dun, dun.
So, starting at the top again, Fal Yuan, it is your turn. We are here in the caves below the Shrine of the Davari. We're battling a Mindflayer and his weird creations.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I am going to do what I do best. Step up, attack this thing twice with my spear.
All right, you're going to stab it.
17 for 6 and 19 for 7.
All right, what kind of damage do you do?
Fishy spear damage?
Usually it should have a type, right?
I guess it's just piercing, but it doesn't have an element of magic, I guess.
But it is piercing, right?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Stab damage.
Stab damage, is that what you said?
Yep. Piercing,
All right.
stab damage.
It's piercing stab damage. So a total of 13
Stabby piercing damage.
stabby piercing damage.
Indeed.
This thing doesn't like that. So there's something that's going to happen though when you attack this thing, Fal Yuan. You're within 5 feet of it, right?
Oh, definitely.
All right. So the first time you attack it, there's some of the corrosive sludge that you're stabbing into, sort of like splashes back at you. Kind of like splashes onto you because it's just goop. And you're gonna take 5 acid damage.
Oh, boy.
And since you stabbed it twice, anytime anybody touches it or hits it with a melee attack within 5 feet, takes a D8 of acid damage. So you're going to take a total of 9 this turn. Acid damage splashing back onto you. Now, your weapon is magical, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so you can see this ooze kind of like hissing and stuff off the metal, but the magic on your weapon seems to be, keeping it protected. Anything else, Fal Yuan?
No.
Okay. Kenny.
All right, as a bonus action, I'm going to move this into within 5 feet of this guy, so he's going to have to make a dex saving throw again. I doubt he'll, succeed this time. I hope.
Now, does he have to do it now or at the end of his turn?
whenever it hits, I'm hitting him with it.
Oh, you're gonna run it into.
I'm gonna slam it into right here,
Okay.
basically.
Then yeah, he's gonna make a
Dex saving throw.
dex save. His best save.
Nope.
That's a 5.
So he can take 3d6 worth of fire damage. Magical
Oh,
fire
he's not gonna like
damage.
that.
Roll 3d6. Fire damage. He could take 12 fire damage.
Right, you can see this thing slinks back a little bit.
That was my bonus action. So I'm going to move 5, 10, 15 feet, and then I'm going to pop off around at the thing fighting Falyuan.
It's just
All right, 15. Definitely gonna hit it.
2d8 plus 2. 12 damage. That is piercing.
All right. This thing again shrinks back. Kenny, anything
that
else?
is- No, and I haven't, because I did reload my, so I've got 4 more shots in my repeater before I have to reload again. Turn.
All right, it is Billy Bob's turn. He's helping these guys out. He's gonna move them forward. I'm gonna move this dog thing out of the way.
I tell him to get back. Just stay back so that this thing doesn't. It'll
mixed messages.
it will roll over these guys and eat them.
Mm-hmm.
He like stands back and like holds them back.
Just radiant fire that thing.
He's like, I don't have that spell.
What?
Sacred flame.
Yeah, that one. I know you're not that intelligent, Billy Bob, but come on.
I'm helping these guys.
Savage.
I'm trying. You're giving me too many directions. All right, Billy Bob not as helpful. Falyuan, can you make me a perception check?
I can and will. 12.
Okay, a 12. And now can everybody else make me a perception check as well? You're all within range. Malden 10. Kenny and Viz are seeing it. So Falyuan, you're the only one who hears it because you're the only one close enough. But you hear like a slow, like maniacal laughter.
Oh.
Like and Kenny and Viz, you see that there's like a little illusion that breaks right at the edge of this cave here.
Where?
Oh. Ah, son of a bitch.
As this mind flayer floats through a hidden passage in the side of this cave. You can see now Falyuan that he's the one who's laughing. He seems to have appeared just like on the other side of this wall. Across the ooze from you. He's going to move.
I hope that was a funny joke. I am not laughing. Oh, he's moving through the ooze. Interesting.
He's floating above it.
How high up?
Just about 1.5 feet in the air, like levitating. The ooze then sort of swirls and moves under him towards you, Falyuan. Just sort of trying not to cover you in it, just trying to move around you a little bit. That works. And the ooze is going to attack.
Try.
Oh yeah, it might not hit. I mean, it probably won't damage you. You're so fucking armored. Boom, 7.
Boom. Miss.
All right. Bunch of this pudding ooze stuff sort of like splashes on your armor, and you can see it continues to try to push along past you. This one that took damage, it's gonna squeeze, sort of push itself away. Okay. Walden, it is your turn.
Okay, Mindflayers there? Fuck me. I guess I'm gonna shoot at the Mindflayer.
All right.
Plus 8.
Go ahead and make me an attack.
16.
16 will hit the Mind Flayer.
Oh, fuck yeah. Draw 2d8.
You catch him in one of his tentacles.
Boom. Take
Boom.
that.
Oh,
You blast one of the tentacles off of his face.
Fuck your tentacles.
And you hear this like scream like in your mind.
Oh, that's not good.
You can tell it's him screaming, but it's not audible.
Right.
It's just like in your head.
Right.
Um,
Oh, fuck.
Anything else, Walden?
I'm just gonna move back a little bit. And that's it.
All right. Viz?
Viz is ready to cast a fireball. Let us see what the radius of that is so I don't catch good old Fel in a ball of fire. It is a radius of 20 feet. So, radius of 20 feet? Jesus Christ. Fireball's huge.
Yeah, it's enormous. I'll give you one to put down.
It's a giant ball of fire, you know. It
Yeah, so
stands to reason.
Centered here. We'll catch everything. Ha!
Oh shit.
Yeah, that'll do.
Or yeah, it's there.
No, one over. I definitely want to catch.
Well, so
Will that hit Foul?
there's not one that will catch.
I mean, that doesn't hit Foul. Foul's out of the range. That's why that range exists, because, you know, that's the edge of it.
Is this the right size? Is this big enough?
It should be. Yeah. No. Well,
That's what
Yeah,
she
it is.
said.
Go left to right. Okay, it is. So yeah, it will miss Foul. So if it's right here, it'll miss Foul and it'll hit everybody else,
including the Mind Flayer.
including the Mind Flayer.
All right. Well, it casts as a 6th level fireball. So for each, so that adds an extra 3d6. So it will do
And they're gonna make a
dexterity
saving throw.
beating a 16.
All right, here's for the puddings.
Oh,
One's
wow!
gonna save.
Wow, well done.
I'll say that's this one here.
Yeah.
That's behind the wall of fire.
The Wonder Sludge. The Wunderboy.
And then our
He has made 2 dex saving throws.
He has.
I'm
He's
just
so
saying.
good.
He's the best fucking sludge ever. This Mind Flayer
And then our
doesn't know
Mind
what he's got
Flayer.
in this sludge.
Yeah, Mind Flayer.
Also gonna crit
Right.
save.
I mean, it just saves. It'll just take half of 11d6.
That's quite some damage.
So, Viz once again pulls the wand out from his pocket, points it towards the the flaming wall that separates all of them, and this massive fireball explodes the center of the chasm, and the Mindflayer takes 22, the ooze takes 22, and the big old ooze right in front of Foul takes the full-on 45 damage. And I lose 2 more charges on my wand.
So Ewan is temporarily blinded by the explosion. and
Yeah,
he goes,
yeah, definitely.
fucking magic.
Sorry, Foul. You'll thank me later.
It's like solar flare. Oh, my eyes!
And then Viz will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, 4, 5.
This ooze just sort of
6.
melts into a puddle on the ground.
Oh, neat. So
Will
that's
puddle dissipate, or is it still there?
yeah. Will it hurt our toesies?
It's not gonna hurt you. No, it's like if you're barefoot, maybe, but
What about our shoes?
it'll be fine.
All right.
I mean, all the 4 guys who have bare feet, we may have to carry across the puddle, but
Yeah, that's fine. They're probably very light by now. You know, what with
Alright.
all of the starvation.
So the Mind
and,
Flayer's still there, hovering.
and then Viz will actually keep the wall up because it's keeping that other ooze sort of pinned. So that's his turn.
Alrighty. Falyuan, it is your turn. This thing has just been destroyed next to you, but now you realize that the Mind Flayer is like, right there.
don't let it grab you.
Fuck. Okay.
Remember that shotgun you had?
Yeah, but I think to pull it out, take my move action, which I suppose I'm gonna do.
All right. What's the plan?
I pull out my shotgun and
What do you do with the spear that you have?
toss it behind me.
Okay, you drop. Or you can like drop it. That's a free action. Is just to drop it.
Yeah, I'll drop it behind me here.
Okay. Drop it in an adjacent square.
shotgun.
Sounds good. Pull out your shotgun.
Fucking shoot this thing. 19.
19's gonna hit.
Boom.
I'll take 16 damage.
All right.
And then hang on. Trying to remember this. The was a bonus action to reload.
It's a double barrel.
I think it was a double barrel.
I think I think it's a bonus action for certain things to reload. I don't think it's the. I have to take a full round or a full action to reload my 5-shot repeater rifle, so I don't know how. You call it.
I feel like the shotgun would be faster than any of the other guns because you just slam it in a couple of shells.
How many? The shotgun does it have 2 shots, or just you have a regular shotgun?
It's a double barrel. Double barrel. Yeah, double barrel shotgun.
Is it on your character sheet?
Yep.
Where is it?
I had it written in my macro as a double barrel. Properties, reload, two-handed,
Where can I find it on your character sheet?
2d8 plus 4. Oh, that's how we written it. We fire both the barrels, making it 4d8.
Yeah, so you shot both barrels when you did that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Where are the specifics? Here's the Here it is in the rules. All right. Reload, 2 shots. Yeah, so it's 2 shots. So
Yeah.
you can. So basically, before having to reload, you can pull another trigger and shoot again, and then you can reload.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it says reload 2 shots as far as shotgun. That's what I think.
And what kind of action is that? So it's a reload?
The reload, it says either a. I just read it a second ago. Hold on. A character must then reload it using an action or a bonus action. Character's choice.
Oh shit. Okay. Well then I will use extra attack to fire again.
Mm-hmm.
23 for another 11. Use my bonus to reload.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
And I will action surge to attack again for 16.
16's also gonna hit.
Jeez.
So that is 26 damage there. And
He just shot this thing 3 times point blank with a shotgun.
I don't know if that's how that works.
The 4d8 is just the only thing I'm a little unsure about.
yeah, no,
I
I think
think
that's
it's-
off. I think
I
it's
think it's
2d8.
I think it's 2d8.
Yeah,
Per
okay.
per barrel. So when you pull, if it's 2d8 per shotgun's barrel, you know, it would be 4d8 when you pulled both barrels at the same time.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
think Joe-
it is the same action to pull both that it is to just pull the one. Like I would argue that it doesn't cost more action to pull both triggers if it's a shotgun because you're not really aiming it. But it would be then you would have to fully reload the gun, and I don't, and then you'd have to attack again.
I would have. Here's what I would say. Your first shot was to both barrels for 4d8, right?
Right.
If it's 2d8 per shotgun, then
Right.
you reloaded with your move action, right, or
Bonus.
some type of action.
Well, he already
bonus
took
action.
he used his move to take the gun out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So bonus action to shoot again, to
reload.
load. Second attack to shoot again.
And you only get
I
one
think
bonus
the only
action
thing-
a round.
I think the thing that I would argue there would just be that the reloading is the thing that just seems like it would take a lot more time than that.
Yeah.
So I think the way to go about that would then be, because regardless of what gun you're using, it's going to take a while to reload, like, because in this time period that we're in, you have to reload one shot at a time, right?
Mhm.
So I imagine it would take a bonus action to reload each shot. Does that make
makes
sense?
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Because if you've got we're considering the length of everybody's turn being roughly the same amount of time.
Mhm.
I can imagine you pulling off a shot and pulling one barrel or pulling both barrels, depending on what you want to do, and then reloading, and that being, your bonus action would be easy to be able to put one shell in. It's weird that it's action or bonus action, because action seems like a lot longer period of time, right?
It does.
Yeah, it does.
That's the one thing I don't like about that.
I think the or bonus action is if you have the gunslinger perk, because if you have gunslinger whatever, you get a bonus to reloads.
That's the whole thing. Like, yeah, there are feats in the game to make reloading easier because I think it's supposed to be like a move action is to reload.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is.
I think
in
so.
general.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. That makes sense.
I would imagine that unless you're like a rogue who has all those other things that they can use for bonus
Well,
actions.
yeah, unless you've
right?
taken the actual feats, which yeah.
All right, so we'll call it a move action instead to reload, and we'll say it's regardless of the amount of ammunition.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That,
Is that a good compromise?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. That's perfect.
And maybe write that in somewhere so that when we have this question again,
Yeah, I'm
we
taking
know
it.
it's that. And so yes, I would say that it totally makes sense that you'd be able to pull both triggers and have it hit one target similarly as you would take 2 attacks then if you were to pull those triggers separately and fire
Right.
on 2 targets for less damage, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
So, by that logic,
So by that logic, the first one would hit for 4d8 and do 16 damage.
Uh-huh.
And then you would need to spend a move action or a regular action, whatever kind of action, to reload. Move or regular, and then be able to possibly fire again. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so by that logic, I would have done all that after my action surge. So it would be the first attack.
So you
16.
took
Action
your move
surge.
action to draw your weapon,
Uh-huh.
and then you used your standard action to fire it.
Uh-huh. So that was 16.
Mhm.
Action surged for
Which gives you another standard action, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Reload.
To reload,
Yep.
put
And
2
then-
shells back in.
Yep.
Second attack.
And then the second attack would be the 11.
Right, as like extra attack, right? That's the
Right.
that's the ability that you use there.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that totally makes sense.
Perfect. Okay. Everything else after that is no
You
one.
have currently you have an empty gun.
You have an empty gun, and you've done 27 damage to this thing already,
Yes.
which is a lot. This thing, Falyun, it's not looking too good.
Good.
It seems
That is
riddled
the
with
reaction I was hoping for.
All right, Kenny. I think Falyun is. I think that's his turn.
That is definitely my turn.
All right.
I'm just gonna lean past Bob and squeeze off a shot real quick. D20 plus 5. A 10.
10's gonna miss.
Miss it. Bonus action. I'm gonna slam my ball into it. Dex saving throw, please.
Yeah.
That fucking bowel.
13.
Fail. Sorry, sir. You need a 14 to not light on fire.
Bitch.
You must be this fast to not get to the
13 fire damage for
Nice.
being on fire.
Damn.
Wait, why is that not? No, I want it on. I slam it into. Well, yeah,
I'm
it's
just
into
moving it so that I can move things around.
him. Okay, it's slam into his octopusy style face, so he can take 13 face fire damage. And as my move action, I'm
Random
gonna do that. I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15 feet. There. Turn.
Alrighty. So I'm a little I'm thinking about Flaming Sphere. And I'm reading it here, and does it say that they have to make that save when you slam it into them?
Oh, it just does the damage when you slam?
No, it says any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the sphere must make a dex saving throw. The creature then takes 2d6 fire damage on a failed save, half as much on a successful one. Then it says, as a bonus action, you can move the sphere up to 30 feet. If you ram it into a creature, that creature must make a saving throw against the sphere's damage.
Yeah, and the sphere's
Oh, against the sphere's damage. Okay,
Yeah.
I see there. That's the portion I didn't read.
They,
Against the sphere's damage.
They get all flame bally.
Perfect. All right. So this guy is on fire a little bit. Quite a bit, actually. Billy Bob's turn. He doesn't know where to go. He's been getting mixed messages. So he's just gonna move back towards where these other guys are. Unsure on what to do. All right. It is our Mindflayers' turn.
Oh, hell.
Here we go.
All right. He is going to move away from this sphere, sort of back himself up. He's going to move 15 feet backwards. And then, Faoyuan, can you make me an intelligence saving throw?
Yes, I can. 8.
Okay.
Totally safe.
Kenny,
yeah,
can you also make me a intelligence saving throw?
Is it magic?
No.
It is. Let's see.
It's psychic, right? I think it's different.
It's not casting a spell. No,
Okay, just checking.
it's like an ability.
21.
21. Okay,
Nice.
let me just see how big this cone
You got a
is
plus
supposed to
7?
be.
Damn.
This ice cream cone.
This ice cream cone. So
Big old Kona ice cream.
20.
How do you get a plus 7 on intelligence saving throw?
If it's a saving throw, I have a +9 in saving throws.
Oh, maybe I've been doing them wrong. What is it?
I-
How do you...
Everything's just auto-calculated on the sheet.
Okay, so
Wow, I'm
does he
literally
cast this from-
just out of range.
I was gonna say, does he cast this from his square or the square in front of him? What does that say?
I think technically it's supposed to be the square in front of you.
Well, yeah. What's
I also believe it is.
I get a
Yeah.
plus 5.
Like Burning Hands is the
like right?
square
It'd be
in
like
front of
here,
you.
right?
Yeah,
Oh, thank
Okay.
God.
So
I do get caught. I'll make a
yeah,
in
can you
saving
make me
throw.
an intelligence saving throw.
16.
16. Okay. So
You're such a
does
smart
anybody
guy
get
for
a
knowing you had to
15
make it.
or less?
Bien.
Yeah,
Yeah, me.
Well, yeah.
foul.
Foul, you're gonna take 20 psychic damage,
Oh, fine.
and you are stunned for 1 minute.
Hot damn.
You can repeat a saving throw on your turn to not be stunned, ending its effects on a success.
So I'm bloodied and stunned.
All right, and he's gonna
It's like
finish his move.
Psychic damage.
Yeah, psychic damage.
So I'm like bleeding out of my ears and just like
Yeah,
seeing it.
your eyes.
Yes.
Ooh.
And he is looks like making a retreat somewhat.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Walden,
Alright.
it is
Now-
just about your turn.
It says I have a range of 40 feet and 120 feet. If I'm not within 40 feet, what's the deal with that? Do I shoot with disadvantage?
Yes.
Okay. Alright.
Truly isn't that bad.
No.
And this slime is underneath him, not in front of him.
He's not pulling it over him like a blanket.
No, it's not like a sheet.
Oh,
She knows
slime, I
slime.
missed you.
Alright. So it's 55 feet.
He looks scared.
He should be. We're mad at him.
Two,
We have some choice words with you, young man.
8. 18?
Advantage
Oh,
or
wait,
disadvantage?
1. Disadvantage. Fuck.
Nat 1.
Roll me a d6, senor.
Nate, you are just...
Oh, fuck me.
3. Roll me a d20, sir.
Oh my god. 11.
Okay, so you run up to shoot. Your shot goes wide because you slip in some dirt nearby.
Damn, dirt. It's all over the
You
place.
fall onto the ground, and some of that dirt gets kicked up into your eyes. Roll me a
that's-
d4. You're blinded for 1 round.
1 round. Damn.
You're like, it's dirt in my eyes. Damn.
Then I'll use my bonus action for this round to just go over here.
Okay,
And
you're
hide.
prone, so you can crawl.
Oh, okay, I'll crawl.
All right,
I'm hiding behind that.
nice.
Ah, my eyes.
All right, Fizz, it's your turn.
Alright, well, this sassy little mind flayer thinks he's going to get away from us. But I have another idea. Let's see. I know it's going to split the blob in half, guys, and I do apologize, but... you know what? Fuck it. I'll use 2 more charges on the wand. Viz takes out the wand once more, or, keeps wielding it in the air wildly with a flame in his eye, and casts Fireball once more at the Mind Flayer and the ooze.
Fireballing him again.
Maybe it's a good thing you're an electricity wizard. You don't seem to handle your fire very
Safely.
controlledly.
Fuck this goddamn flare! Yeah, so Viz will cast Fireball once more. They both make DC 16 Dex saving throws. Once again, the Mind Flayer has all the chance in the world to roll a nat 20 once more.
He's got an 18.
Yeah, I mean, that'll do it. So, and the ooze also must.
12?
No. 11d8. It's still going to take 25 damage.
That will destroy the ooze. It just like bubbles and
Sorry.
ooze is done.
Does it smell bad?
It smells terrible.
Ugh.
Starting to look and
Also,
smell like the La Brea tar pits.
The Mind Flayer drops to the ground.
Fuck yes.
And begins twitching and convulsing. And as you're like, fuck yes, all of you like your head like hurts real bad all of a sudden, like at your temples.
Oh no.
As this thing just sort of like screams in death. Can everybody make me an intelligence saving throw?
Oh boy.
Oh no!
Oh my god, dude, what's up with these
John,
rolls?
can you roll
I kept
me
the first one.
3d6?
An extra 8 damage.
No, what's your intelligence score?
No, don't do this to me,
no.
Tommy.
Oh no!
20.
What's your intelligence? A 20?
Yeah.
Okay. You feel the Mind Flayer attempting to penetrate your mind and take over your brain as it's dying. And you crit fail, and this thing gets, it gets in. And it deals 18 damage to you.
Oof, I'm real.
Fortunately enough, your mind is able to steal it away enough that it doesn't actually take over your brain. And this thing finally dies. If you'd roll above, I don't think you could even have done it, but if you roll above your intelligence, that's
Was that to anyone who got hit by it, or just me because I crit failed?
One
No,
person.
that
It
was
makes
one
an
of those-
escape.
Yeah, it's trying to make an escape, basically.
Oh, and it found me. I'm honored.
Kenny's just gonna shoot it from here while it's on the ground. I'm gonna empty the last 3 shots that are in my my clip into this thing while it's
Well,
twitching.
yeah, you see Viz collapse to the ground and like vomit lightly.
Yeah, and nobody else. Viz, you got a 10. Oh, Walden, you got an 8.
No, I rolled twice on accident.
Oh,
I had a 14.
Oh, you had a
as my
14.
originally,
Oh,
plus
okay.
5. Plus 5 would be
19. All right, you guys are all fine. All right, so the Mind Flayer is finally dead.
Whew.
Long live the Mind Flayer.
What the fuck
We're just
was
having.
that? As you see blood like pouring out of Viz's eyes.
I can't see. I got
Um,
dust in my eyes. What happened?
I
The
got
oozes sort of melt into the ground.
The ringing stops.
The
I wonder
fire
what's going on.
dissipates.
I'm just gonna second wind before we rest.
Yeah, Viz is gonna like kind of just roll over, so he's not laying in his puke, but he's gonna lay on the ground for a sec and catch his breath.
So it does seem like most of the danger is past. Things have sort of gone quiet. And,
Kenny's gonna run to the top of these stairs to make sure that most of the danger is past.
Oh, you're gonna run. You're gonna run to the top of the stairs. Okay.
Just to peek my head over, make sure there's nothing else threatening while half of our party is like laying about puking their brains.
No, that's totally understandable.
I'm gonna gather my things.
If need be, I'll turn into a bear and.
Yeah, do you
and
have
just-
dark vision?
I do. I'm a gnome.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you run up, and this room in front of you is quite large. It's like very expansive. And the main thing that you can see is in the center of the room. There's this like 3-foot high stone well that's enormous.
Oh
And
my!
there's this crazy blobby, living, breathing, weird thing thrashing about in it.
Oh no.
Huh.
Doesn't seem to be making a lot of noise. But when you get to the top of the stairs, Kenny, and see this thing,
I'm poking my head
you
over.
can feel it like. Well, you said you ran to the top of the stairs, so you run to the top of the stairs, and you can feel this thing like. It's like one of those things where like you walk into a bar and the whole bar turns towards you.
Uh-huh.
It feels like you just feel that. And imagine you slink back down the stairs a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, there's a big old pool of badness at the top of the stairs. We need to burn the bottom of. Let's keep using that wand. Come on, buddy. Flinging fire spells around like a crazy man.
What did you? There's more ooze?
Oh, there's a giant ooze pit with all kinds of, the whole crew's here. I'm gonna make sure this thing's dead and kick it a little bit.
Oh yeah, it's quite dead.
Viz is
Kenny, slow
actually
down.
he's gonna check this thing out. What the hell
Yeah,
is it?
let's.
Like scientifically.
So
I'm
yeah,
gonna
it's got like a weird squid head.
I'm gonna flip open my book to the page and like hand you like a tome as we're looking.
As you
at
guys
this
walk
thing.
away, Billy Bob's like, "Hey, these guys can need some help."
I will help him.
Yeah, I'll help him too. Maybe I could hand out some rations and some water.
Yeah, these guys they'd love that.
How many rations do I have?
They'll even like split one. Like they can't have too much or else they're gonna puke.
Okay, I'll give them 2. They can get half of each.
All right. Billy Bob also eats one. So you
Thanks,
guys haven't fed me in a while.
Fuck you, Billy Bob.
Fucking hungry. All right, so they're all eating and stuff, and they're like, "So we leaving soon?" Billy Bob's like chatting with you, Falyuan.
As soon as we can, yes.
It's like, all right, this place kind of sucks.
Yeah, it does. Now, Kenny was yelling about some poos at it. There's a pit of ooze or something.
So you guys are over checking out the Mindflayer. Kenny, look into your page. You flip to the page in your book, and it looks similar. Like your page is like a drawing out of a second edition book. You know.
Okay.
So
it's
you're like, yeah, this looks okay. Like,
I'm gonna start taking more detailed, like,
Yeah,
you know,
this is
sketches
start
real quick.
sketching.
Didn't
Yeah.
it come out from a hidden door over there?
how long are you gonna spend sketching it, Kenny?
Mm,
I mean, think about how long
3
it takes to
minutes?
actually sketch something.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
What? I mean, these guys are eating, right? It's
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just doing real rough, you know. So like next to I'm like adding on to the sketch that's in the book, kind of, and then I'll make, you know, I'll draw it again when I, you know, take a rest.
All right, that makes sense. Viz, what are you up to?
Yeah, I'm going to check. I mean, it was able to cast spells at us for all intents and purposes without casting spells at us. So
You also noticed that it was levitating. Like,
yeah, I mean that's another thing. Like what?
it was talking in your mind. It was doing all sorts of things that you haven't seen done before. But these weren't like spells it was casting. It was just like seemed like an innate ability.
I'm just gonna start adding all of that after I'm done sketching, just like listing things about the experience in the log next to it.
All right, so you guys spend a few minutes down here, sort of, you know, looking this thing over. Can someone make me an investigation check to? I imagine you in the process are searching the body.
Shall. Yeah, no, this thing is fucking insane. I've never seen
So
anything
a
like it.
22. So you start looking through this thing's cloak and at its armor. It seems to have like a weird breastplate that's sort of like built into its like clothing attire, like into like a almost like a belt and waistband. And cat interaction. The one thing this thing it doesn't seem to have any weapons or anything along those lines, but it does have an amulet that's around its neck.
Does it? I will look with my third eye to see if it appears magical.
Yeah, it's definitely magical.
Oh. Can I tell what kind of magic by the inscriptions upon it?
You can make me a Arcana check.
I will do that. The literal same exact thing.
So it seems like it's psionic magic. Does that make sense?
To Viz, not necessarily. I don't know if Viz would know much about psionics.
You think like telepathy and things like that,
Right.
and like telekinesis and stuff.
Magic of the mind.
Yeah,
Transmutation.
being able to
almost.
move things with your mind. I don't know if that's transmutation or not. I don't know.
So that's interesting, and I tell that to Kenny. So it looks like this medallion, amulet, as it were, is for psychic energy, sort of telekinesis of sorts.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, is that what was powering this thing? Or does this thing just do that?
I don't know. I mean, look at the things, the things that attacked us, the Braindog things.
Yeah, what the fuck were those?
Well, they're not really mentioned anywhere in here. If you notice, the log is basically like, if you run into this thing, run, because everybody who's encountered it has died. So that's basically
Seems
what
to
my
make
book.
sense given the way that you guys killed it.
What was that, Tom? Sorry.
No, it seems to make sense. Like that seems to make sense
Yeah.
given the way that you guys had to kill it.
Yeah, fair.
So I mean, there have been like 2 or 3 people who have escaped from these things, ever to write a log about them. and now we've killed one. Let's see where he was hiding. Shall we, guys? I whistle to the party. There's nothing else on him, Tom? No Frostline,
No
insignia or
Frostline
anything?
insignia. Nothing along those
No, wait
lines.
a second. Yeah, we could go up there, but you said there's like, do we have to get out of here? You said there's something up those stairs. What's up those stairs?
I don't know what it is, to be honest.
Well, then let us have a look.
I don't think we should go back up there. Maybe, but Falyun.
There he goes.
Yeah, Falyun, you start going up the stairs.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you make it to the top of the stairs, and you can clearly see this thing that Kenny was talking about.
It's really disgusting. We should burn it with fire.
It's
Is it like oozy or like cloudy?
it's like
Like beer foam?
no, it's like muscle mass and like the stuff that like Venom's made out of, you know?
Ah, yeah.
And it's sort of just like, reforming itself and like bubbling and like moving about, but sort of seems contained within this enormous stone circle that is about 3 feet high and maybe about 1.5 feet or 2 feet wide.
God, I hate magic. Is there
So
anything up
it looks like that is an area that continues to the north, possibly.
Well, there's more up here.
Yeah, but he came out of a secret door down here.
Oh, so that should lead up there, right?
That was my intention.
All right. Let's see what's going on.
Falyun, don't get stabbed or, turned into goop.
I'm just gonna stay here and keep.
Oh,
going.
Ewan, can you make me an intelligence saving throw?
Oh shit. 10.
Can you join me in the general chat for a second?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, shit my britches.
You guys know
Well,
that Falyun's
look,
fine,
man.
right? He's
Jeez.
completely fine all the time. Falyun's fine all the time.
I remember that time we weren't suspicious of Falyun and therefore can't metagame him coming back like all brain fucked.
well, we don't know what's going on with him.
I mean, he could be getting an invitation to a real happy party.
Mm-hmm.
Falyun is like, he's like Quest Hook's
Whipping boy.
lab
Boy.
rat.
Oh, God, John.
I was gonna say lab rat, just like whatever is happening. By the way, if I could do some housekeeping, are you guys, when you're shooting with firearms, like shooting with disadvantage?
I don't
'Cause it's-
shoot with firearms. So.
Because it's a specialized thing, and I took a feat to make sure I could shoot with them, but everybody
Yep.
just is using them.
Well,
Nope,
Foul
I
should
also-
definitely be shooting with disadvantage is the other thing. Like,
And
his
I took a feat.
shotgun power is way overpowered.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Like, that whole,
And
like,
that- which is
reloading on a
fine.
bonus and not
I'm
taking
not jealous or
disadvantage.
nothing.
Well, no, it's just like, his
I
character's
actually-
built a certain way so that he has to play it a certain way,
Yeah.
He can't... Sorry.
I actually took the feat to be
Oh,
able to
okay.
shoot.
Yeah,
My
firearm
plus-
expertise.
Yeah, or
it's
firearms.
just- I was
They have a
reading it
whole
again,
bunch.
and it says, let me see. When you use the attack action and attack with a one-handed weapon, you use a bonus action to attack with a loaded firearm with a light property you are holding. So does that mean
So
I
you-
could have 2 revolvers going?
Your pistol. Yeah, you could use a bonus action to fire your offhand, probably.
That's fucking crazy.
Have you ever
Yeah, you could-
dove through the air whilst shooting 2 pistols?
No,
I'm using a repeater rifle, Nathan. So I'm using a one-handed weapon or
A
a
two-handed,
two-handed rifle. But
Right.
I have a pistol that does a D10, which is crazy. I don't know what it is, but I think it's a revolver. No, it just says pistol on my character sheet. But
Oh. I should read these more. Like Uncanny Dodge is completely different.
Oh, we're back. Sorry.
Oh, we're back.
Oh, let's
sorry.
stop talking about Tom, guys.
Oh,
All right.
shh.
So you see Fao Yuan wince a little bit, and then as he tries to step closer to the big murky thing,
Mhm.
he gets rebuffed and just like he falls back a little bit.
Fail?
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not paying attention.
Let's go around in the hidden area, Falyun,
Yeah, we were
since
gonna
I
go this way, man.
like told you that you shouldn't run up the stairs, and you ran up the stairs anyway. Falyun, let's come back this way.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Come on.
Viz would
Go
like to
this
find
way.
that secret door that the Mindflayer was using.
Oh, make me a perception check.
I will attempt to.
While they are doing that, I say that thing said the Illithids are watching. Whatever that means.
The
The
Illithids
Illithids
are watching.
are watching.
I'm gonna scribble that on my book page.
Hey, you write that down, man.
Can I search the annals of my mind, Timmy Tom, and make a history check to see if I remember?
Yeah, go
that
ahead and
name?
make me a history or a knowledge. Is it knowledge history?
It's just
Knowledge.
history now.
History to check your anus.
Ooh. 26.
Whoever made that sound, it was perfect for when Liz said anus.
So the term illithid you've heard used before, but it's one of those like ancient terms that means like some sort of like ancient cult.
An ancient
So
cult.
it's not so. Yeah, it's like one of those, like worshipped like long time ago by like quote unquote witches. It's like how we feel about like the Salem witch trials and stuff, where we're like, oh yeah, those crazy fucks that like apparently like worship some witches, but it was all just a bunch of bullshit, you know. And as
So
far
it'd
as
be
you're
like if someone had
concerned-
come by and said like Salem is watching.
Yeah, exactly. Or yeah, like you know, like the witch's coven is watching or something like that.
And you're like, alright,
Or you're like
nerds.
You're like, okay. But in this sense, it's one of those things with combined with everything else that you've seen here. You're like, okay, what? Like that's weird.
Yeah.
So
And then as soon as we say that, I said, well, it did want us to leave as well. And I would not rather want to stay.
Well, if I remember, there's a huge T-Rex outside, so I don't know if we can leave, right?
We could always find that thing that Viz kicked in the beginning that got us Buddhists out of here in the first place.
And if I remember correctly, Viz found a way. We might know a way to use those portals, to use those wells to get us somewhere.
Yes. Yeah, we were figuring out a way. Well, I mean, basically, wherever you take the water from and pour into the larger pool is where you'll be transported. So
Okay.
In theory.
in theory.
All
We
right.
could also set that thing on fire.
What thing?
Oh, the giant undulating mass of psionic despair.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea too. But first, let's see where this thing came out of.
Yeah.
oh yeah, you
Make
guys are
sure there are
having
no
you guys
more.
are having this discussion as Viz is like halfway through a secret door.
Yeah, I'm like, well, I'll be right
He's
back,
just
guys.
like standing like you know like half of his body has been like,
Let's
hidden
follow
through
Viz.
an illusion just casually.
Yep.
Billy Bob, wait at the base of the stairs with these four men.
Don't go up the stairs, man. Don't
All
go
right,
up those
so him
stairs.
and the four men moved to the base of the stairs.
Oh no, I meant the base of the stairs down here.
Oh, up here?
No, God.
They
Billy
like
Bob,
run
you're-
up towards the pool and dive in. They're like,
Oh, yeah.
sacrificial. So they're gonna chill over here.
That's what you get for how much we're paying him, honestly. So
It's hard to find good help.
let's go to. Wait, did you shoot all those jars down there?
What?
The
No.
jars, all the jars that were.
No, I
shoot
just
all
shot
of
the
those
ones
charges.
with the guys in them. There's still some making little brain monsters, but now that guy's gone, so I don't know.
So Viz,
I mean, I don't know
you
anything
find
about the
this little
science of
secret
making
hallway
a brain monster.
that leads to a small staircase
Oh.
going up.
I'll go next. All right, let's have the two frail guys lead.
Yeah, I have 9 HP right now.
I have 14.
Oh, I'll
Who's
follow
leading?
suit.
Well, I mean, I got in there first, so if it's a 5x5, I mean, can I
Yep.
let people slide by me, or is there not
Yeah,
enough
sure.
space?
You can squeeze.
Yeah, I'll let people scooch by.
All right.
So you guys
Let-
start
let me-
filing up the staircase. Who's
Let
going
me go
first?
I'll go second then.
I would
All
like
right.
to
So
still
Kenny,
be
you
first.
move all the way up through everyone until you get to this landing, and it's like a small 15-foot landing, and then you see that there's another set of stair ahead of you that goes downwards. Do you want to head down?
I'm gonna move to the top and look to the bottom of them.
Yeah, it looks like it goes, fairly steeply down to another landing.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
I'll go down.
All right. You guys head down, and you find yourself in a hallway that is a little bit more nicely furnished than what you were in before. So there's like a little bit of carpeting and stuff here, like a runner that kind of goes. I will sort of draw this. Sort of a runner that goes across this way.
Ooh, neat.
And it seems like the hallway goes both to the right and to the left. To the left, it opens up into a chamber, and to right, it seems that the tunnel continues for a short while, and then maybe also opens up into some sort of a chamber. Which way would you guys like to proceed?
Well, I feel like to the right is to the giant undulating black mass of psionic despair.
I would
Let's
say that's correct.
confirm that.
Yeah, we'll go confirm. You guys go left.
I'm gonna go left.
I'll go left front. See what's going on here.
All right, so love splitting the party. So Walden and Kenny, Kenny and Falyuan, you guys head down this tunnel a little bit, and it quickly opens up into a very large room. And this chamber is quite comfortable by most definitions. It's got like plush armchairs and wooden furniture that adorn the room, as well as like several large bookcases. They're filled with like tomes and things. There's glass cases that sort of like are in like neat little rows, filled with various like artifacts and items. There's sections that have little rare bits of minerals and metals and things like that, all in little cases and cataloged. And this place is big.
Okay.
Wow.
And you can see on the other side of the room, and it is also lit by these like, the ceiling here is maybe 45 feet tall or so. It's pretty cavernous.
Mhm.
And there's like these floating like purple candelabra that are about 20 feet in the air or so that line the whole room. It's pretty cool, but at the same time, it's kind of like creepy because there's lots of blacks and purples and things like that. So I will sort of, I can draw it out a little bit, but basically there's like bookcases that line these walls and such here that are like enormous. And there's all sorts of like display cases and little like artifacts and statues and things like that, as well as even some statues that are like, marble statues that are a good 6 or 7 feet tall, that are like, life size or heroic size.
Wow. Unless Viz and Walden see something of interest and call out. I'm going to say, guys, over here.
I love that that echoed.
Yeah.
So Viz and Walden, you guys step into this room. Oops, it's wrong.
And it's got a chamber pot in it.
Guys, over here.
And you can tell that this is where the Flayer rests. And this chamber is, pretty comfortable as well, but definitely more Spartan in appearance than the room I described before. It's like very utilitarian. And there's sort of an apparatus that the Mind Flayer hangs from to sleep. That's sort of nestled into this upper corner here. And it's like I don't know. I imagine it's this like sort of strange thing that he's able to like hang his weird tentacles or head from. And there's a wardrobe or several wardrobes along there, and like sort of closets and things like that. There's a couple chests and crates as well. And then down in the south end of the room, there is this stone archway that's about 10 feet tall, about 10 feet wide or so. And looks like it's constructed of stones from down here or like field stones.
So what was it again?
It's a stone archway.
Archway. Okay.
Yeah, 10 feet wide and about 10 feet tall. The whole thing itself is probably like each block is like 2 by 2 feet or so.
A Stargate.
Yeah, almost like a Stargate. And it is swirling with a gray vortex
So it is
in
a
a
Stargate.
clockwise manner.
Well,
And
it's
it's one of those
clockwise,
things
so
that
you know we're in
it's
the
not
northern
making
hemisphere.
any noise.
At
It's
all?
just like it's not like making like the sound of like wind or anything like that. It's just like absolutely silent.
Does it?
Yeah.
And it's just like a light glow.
Yeah, it's kind of like deep and darkish. Like it seems like it has like no depth, like an endless depth rather.
Oh, well, that's terrifying.
I'm gonna be like, guys, you gotta check this
Yeah,
out.
we got a portal. We have a
Um,
portal over here. What did you guys find?
A big room full of all kinds of fancy baubles and stuff.
Oh,
Books
treasure
and
room.
scrolls.
Treasure room.
Yeah, treasure room. I turned to Walden. Treasure room, huh? Treasure room.
All right, I guess we could. I mean, there's probably treasure. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean we'll go. We can double back to portal room, but treasure room.
Cut to Billy Bob and the prisoners sharing more snacks. Those are pretty decent.
I just imagine they're
I'm
gonna
on
die.
a boat.
You gotta try the peanut butter crackers.
He's like, did you know that they had dinosaurs on this island? Fucking crazy.
Did you know that dinosaurs existed?
All right, so back to
Yeah, fucking nuts.
so you guys are outside this artifact and study chamber, and this place is, like I said, lined with bookcases and filled with like sort of display cases and things like that, with all sorts of items and minerals and rare metals and all sorts of things like that. Major cultural artifacts and like religious artifacts and stuff. Some you're familiar with, some that you're not. So what would you guys like to do?
Tear the room apart.
Actually,
Just like destroy everything?
Investigation checks.
Okay.
I've got to go feed a baby, so I think I got to call it for myself for tonight.
All right,
Good
man.
night.
Good
Mr.
Have a good
Walden.
night, sir. We're only gonna play for a few more minutes, so
All right,
we will call it good night shortly as well.
all right. Later, guys.
All right, man.
Have a
Later.
Good night.
Investigation check.
Oh yeah. So what are you investigating, Falyuan?
Well, I think things of interest to me would be the statues, anything that looks like weapons, any books that stand out pertaining to the Isles of Verdun.
Yeah,
That's
so I
not
mean,
big.
like, where do you want to start? If you imagine there's like bookcases along this wall, there's some display cases around this area that have artifacts and things, possibly weapons. You'd have to look through them.
Definitely
And
yes.
there's also some statues over here.
On my way to the statue, I'd probably be interested in the display cases.
Okay, so go ahead and make me an investigation check looking through the display cases.
14.
14. All right, so the whole thing is very meticulously labeled. And the thing that catches your eye most in these display cases is that there is, in one of them, there's this like long spear that's laying in this like good 6.5 foot or 6 foot long case.
Ooh.
The case has like a glass top, but the spear itself is like barbed, you can see, which looks like it would probably deal a considerable amount of damage. And it has this sort of like black and red fletching that go up like the end of the haft. So it looks like it might also be able to be thrown.
I try to open the case.
It's locked.
And it's glass?
Yeah.
I'll break it.
Okay, so the silence is broken by Falyuan's elbow like crashing through this case.
Yeah, I take my shield and just like shield bash through it.
All right, you shield bash straight through it. It breaks easily. And yeah, it looks like you can grab the spear.
Sweet.
All right, so you pull the spear out. And what is everybody else doing?
Let's not break more things if we can avoid it.
I mean, Viz
I will-
always beelines it to literature.
Okay.
What are you doing, Kenny?
So Viz, why don't you make me an
Nope,
investigation
go for
check on the bookcases?
Yeah, so he's going to peruse the titles. Wow. All right,
Oh yeah.
27.
Looks like there's all sorts of like books and scrolls and things like that. And it looks like they're like alphabetized. First by like type. Like there's different types like sections, and then within each of those sections they're alphabetized. And it looks like there's probably 1,000 or so books here. But one of the things you notice before you first pull like that first book off the shelf that you're really into, because you're like, oh, the system's like so easy to discover, and like it's very easy to follow. And before you pull this book out, you realize that this is also written. That this thing, there's some sort of pattern here, and if you take the wrong book out, there's some sort of trap that's going to go off.
Oh.
And it's one of those things where your finger's on that book, and you're like, hold on. You like pull your hand away for a sec, like, wait a minute. There's something I need to figure out here. There's either some sort of trap or something like that that might destroy this place.
Oh. Looks like we got puzzle books, boys.
And that's where we're going to end things for the night.
All right.
It's 11 o'clock.
We are
Thank you to the
hooked.
quest hookies who've been hooked on for the whole night.
Everyone's gone.
Bots, you're amazing.
You hookers.
Shout out to everybody around. Thank you, gents, for joining me this evening. And,
Hey, thanks for hosting us, man.
And anybody else want to say anything to the stream before we say goodnight?
Skidoob.
Sponsor us. Suck butts.
That's the latest. Suck the butts.
And we are.